Come on in the room. Whoa, come on in the room. Yeah, we got so much to talk about. So won't you come on in the room now? You think, come on in the room. Whoa, come on in the room. Yeah, we got so much to talk about. I said, we got so much to talk about. I said, we got so much to talk about. So won't you come on in here? Come on. Hey, Star Fam, how are we doing? Hi, my name is Nikki.Star TV. If you are new here, I chat with the Star Fam for about 5 minutes and then I get into my first review. We are going to be doing 4 reviews of 4 different reality TV shows that we all love to binge. I will be sharing my opinions and then I will hop into the comment section after every review to see what the Star Fam is saying. There will be timestamps at the end of this video. Thank you for joining me. How are you doing, Star Fam? Thank you so much for being with me this evening or this afternoon or this morning, wherever you may be. How are you? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. How are you guys? Let me put my timer on for 5 minutos. Let's get into it. Will Smalls. Hey, baby. Oh, let me bring this down. So here we go. It was a lot of... Will Smalls said, Nikki.Star TV, thank you for being an example of being a professional entertainer who can be also be ethical human, a leader for your people while growing allyship to others with less power. Will, thank you for thinking so highly of me. Thank you so much. I try. That's very sweet of you to say. Thank you so much. Hey, Shamiko, how are you? Shamiko Diaz Gale, what's up? Says, night, Nikki and chat. Happy Monday. I hope everyone had an amazing day. I'm here already liking the vid. Yes, family, please like the vid. And here to FYI, I just a while finished watching your Miami vlog, LOL. My vlog, I just posted my vlog earlier today when I went to Miami for the La Crusade factory to table sale. It was hot. It was a lot. LOL, you love those pots. Love from St. Kitts. I do. I will say 2 things happened to me when my grandmother passed. The first thing that 3 things. The first thing that happened was I stopped perming my hair because I have my grandmother's hair texture. And I remember one time I was having like a breakdown and I just was depressed for like a very long time after her passing. And one day I was just like, I have to get up. Like I have to get out of this depression. And I just started I deep cleaned my home. And then I did like a self-care day for me. I was like doing masks and like just all kinds of deep cleaning. And then I decided to wash my hair. And keep in mind, I was dealing with depression for a very long time. So I wasn't keeping up with my hair appointments and I was getting my hair permed. I've been getting my hair permed since I was like 8. I had a young mom. So anyway, I went to, I was like missing my hair appointment. And when I was like doing like my deep cleansing thing or whatever, my self-care day, I washed my hair and I had so much new growth because I just stopped going to the hair salon because I could barely get out of bed. And I remember I was just crying and breaking down and it was like all this steam on my mirror. And I wiped the mirror because I couldn't see myself because I was going to do my skincare and I couldn't see myself. And I saw like this one curl hanging down my hair because I hadn't had it permed in a while. And I just broke down crying again because it was my grandmother's hair texture. Like that was her curl. That's her curl. I have her curl pattern. And I just broke down crying, but it like happy tears because it let me know that although she was gone, she was still with me. I could see her. So that was the first thing. I stopped perming my hair. The second thing is like this love for cooking grew. And I think it grew because that is a way that I won't say mourn her, honor her, because my grandmother was a phenomenal cook. If she could have went to culinary school, she would have been a chef. She actually had a catering business in Philly. And that was like our thing. Like my mom, I would go to her home after school while my mom worked, and my mom would pick me up after, and she was like my babysitter. And we cooked all the time. Like that was our thing. She prepared dinner, and I was her sous chef helping her in the kitchen. And one of the things she really instilled in me was getting really good cookware. So she introduced me to Williams-Sonoma, and she introduced me to Le Creuset. So after her passing, I just really got into cooking, and I really just got into the Le Creuset cookware. Like Williams-Sonoma is my happy place, but I think those are just things that I do to honor her. So, you know, I love the pots, but I honestly feel like it's just a moment that I'm like just having with my grandmother when I do that, because I was not a Le Creuset girl before she passed. I was not. So that's like my thing. And when I went to Miami to the Le Creuset factory at the table sale, when I got back, I told my mom, I was just like, Gam would have loved this. Like me and her would have had a time. We would have been traveling all across the world to go to these factory to table sales. But like, that's our thing. That's like me and my grandmother. That is our thing. Le Creuset is our thing, because if she was here today, we will be going to all of those sales. So that is how I honor her. Thank you so much, Shamiko. Hey, Nisha. Nisha says, hey, Star family. Happy Monday. Hi, Nikki. Can't wait for this love. Oh, thank you for being here. Hey, Dwayne. How are you? Hey, Natasha. Thank you for the super sticker. Hey, Alicia. Hey, Lola. Lala won first. Thank you for being here. Hey, love like you are. Hey, Vodka. Vodka never misses a housewife live. Hey, waiting room. It is time. Oh, I'm drinking a smoothie. You can't see it because I am rocking my Wawa mug, 215 till I die. Blackberries, blueberries, avocado, bananas, raspberries, kale, almond milk, apple juice, dates. Hey, Dina and H. Hey, Spency. Toya-Star is here. Toya-Star says, hey, Star fam, thank you for supporting NikkiStar TV and NikkiStar TV at home. Thank you all so much. NikkiStar is a beautiful person, and we love to see her having fun on here. Oh, I love you, sister. Will said, if no one else does it before I leave today, I so wanted to give NikkiStar TV her flowers. Thank you. Entertainer does not mean political pundit, nor does it equate to being an unaware idiot. LOL. God bless you. Thank you so much, Will. You are a sweetie. F. Tinney said, in your UK Timon and Puma video, you mentioned you are decentering men. Can you make some content on how you are going on about that? Yes, I'm actually making a video this week, and I'll either post it Thursday or Friday. Thank you so much for asking, F. Tinney. Tetra said, watch The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives after you're live, and I have to say, wow, that show was wild. It was a slow burner, but it picked up. We're going to end with Sarah. Sarah said, did you hear that Taylor and Dakota from Mormon? Why am I acting like I'm shocked? Like, we all knew. We all knew they were toxic, and they were, Taylor wanted her baby. You know what I mean? She got her rainbow baby, and she's done. I told you, it's Chili and Dallas Austin all over again. Anyway, guys, let's get into it. We are first going to talk about 90 Day Fiance. Then we're going to get into Dubai. Then we're going to get into Orange County. And then we're going to end with Love with the Lockup. And the Star family here will join me for that review. There was no coverage of Renee and Chitty this episode on 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days, but I did want to talk about them for this specific reason. Hold on, let me check my TikTok. Here's the thing. If you send me something and I forget, please do not get mad at me. The Star family, everybody in the Star family sends me stuff. Everybody sends me stuff. So I tend to forget because I'm getting sent stuff on Instagram and on TikTok. But I was able to get this one. This is from Stephanie. So Steph, she sent me this video. I can't play it because it has music in it. But she sent me this video of Chitty's sister, Vicky. Her name is Vicky Ben 83 on Instagram. She sent me a video, and her basically Chitty's sister was saying that Renee and Chitty are not a real couple. They were back in the day, but they had broken up because of, they're just different, right? Chitty's religious beliefs. And so they just did not work out. But Renee came back to Chitty and started to try to rekindle their relationship. She was upset because Chitty started to fall for this, but basically Renee just rekindled the relationship because she wanted to be on 90 Day Fiance. That is why she is pushing them just being together and being intimate, but not the marriage, because she just wanted to be on the show. She doesn't really have any intentions of marrying Chitty. She just wants to be a reality TV star. And she was just really upset about that because she feels like Vicky feels like her brother has been misled, because he thought when him and Renee started to talk again that they were rekindling their relationship. But she was just like, as soon as him and Renee started talking, he got a call from 90 Day Fiance casting. And then Chitty's sister realized what it was. That is why I always say, guys, just watch these reality TV shows and have a good time. Just watch them and have a good time. 9 times out of 10, if you are coming on reality TV, it is because you want to be famous. Like every now and again, and it's very rare today, you get somebody like a Chitty who doesn't really know about reality TV like that, and they just come on very unaware and they give you their authentic selves, and it turns out to be really good TV. But the majority of the people who come on reality TV are coming on these shows because they want to be reality TV stars, because if you play it right, it's a very lucrative business. So that's why I always say, watch these shows, have a good time. Don't get invested in it. Just watch it. And after that hour or so of the show, click out of that and go on about your day. These people are selling you entertainment. They are here to entertain you. If you want to see a documentary about people's lives, then you have to watch, it's not E. What is it? That network that Intervention was on. Like, that's a different kind of show. This right here, 90 Day Fiance, it's just here to entertain you. That's how you get people like Renee. That's how you get people like Lauren, who was in Reddit talking about, big me up, talking to the fans to big him up on the show so that he can get on more 90 Day Fiance shows. The majority of these people are here just because they don't want to go back to their 9 to 5 and they want to be a full-time reality TV star. I get it. It's a lucrative business. It's a lucrative business. Moving on. Lauren and Faith. I want Faith to get away from this sicko. I want Faith to get away from this sicko. Lauren came to the Philippines with $46 in gonorrhea. He has a leaking penis and he has been trying to have sex with Faith. Even if he's acting like he just found out that he had gonorrhea, his penis been leaking. His penis been leaking. And he has been trying to insert it into every hole that Faith has. I want her to get away from him. And I want her to have the upgrade that Rose got when she was being harassed by Big Ed. I cannot stand Lauren. He's just a nasty, freaky frog, terrible human being, because he comes to the Philippines, $46 in his wallet. Faith is just like, he's telling me that this is all he has, but he's spending it vicariously. So she's concerned because if he's going to be the provider, why is he spending this way, right? So he not only drops on her that $46 is all that he has, he also drops on her in front of somebody who is her play mother, that not only is he broke, he's homeless. And he's planning on living in the Philippines off of Faith. So he drops his information on her and he embarrasses her. You see the humiliation settle over Faith's face, and she almost is about to start crying because she is embarrassed by this man. Then later on in the episode, and we're not going to get him telling Faith this, he's going to tell Faith this on the next episode, but later on in the episode, he's just like, oh, I've been having a leaky penis and, I had to get a check-in. I knew something was up and I got a call from one of my friends. We were hanging out at my house. She went down on me and she called me and said that she had gonorrhea of the mouth. So now I have gonorrhea of the penis. You knew that you had this issue. You knew. And the way he was saying it, he was just like smiling and smirking like it was cute. This is a really terrible person. I want Faith to get far away from, he needs to be put under a jail and in quarantine. You're going to bring your American gonorrhea to the Philippines? Like, put him under a jail. Put him under a jail. He is a nasty person. And I don't want to see him on another 90 Day Fiance show. Poor Faith. Poor Faith. I hate that you were attached to such a terrible guy. I hope you get the rose come up because you deserve. Let's move on to, you know what? We haven't heard about this couple yet. When are we going to get Vanja and Bozo? I want to cover this couple strictly because his name is Bozo. I want to talk about them, but we have not heard anything about them yet. But let's move on to Anon and Tiger Lily. I will say this. The wedding was gorgeous. The wedding ceremony was gorgeous. It was beautiful. Anon, you got money. What is going on? Because I'm just like, why are you scamming to come to America? If it looks like you can pay off the proper people to get there, because this was a nice wedding. This wedding cost some coins, and it looks like he comes from money. His family looks like they come from money. So I just don't understand what this scam is, because you can't tell me that this is love. They know nothing about each other. Tiger Lily flew all the way to Jordan to be in an abusive relationship, because now she is at this place where she cannot wear what she wants, and she cannot associate with her friends. And one of her friends is Mel. She can't be in a room with a guy. If she is in a room with a guy, he's sitting there staring at her like some Jordanian Ike Turner. It's very weird. It's very weird, and it's very uncomfortable. I'm just like, they have to give us something a bit more redeeming about this couple if they want us to like stick with it, because right now it's just an uncomfortable watch. It's just an uncomfortable watch. Like she can't be around a guy. She brings her hairstylist, who has been her best friend for like, I don't know, she says for like her entire marriage to her ex-husband. And she's like, my ex-husband was controlling. He wouldn't let me do anything. These people became my friends because these were the only people that I can see. And then we see her going into this same situation with this man that has no redeeming qualities. And I'm just like, this is an uncomfortable couple to watch. So they need to give us something else, because this ain't it. They got to give us something else. But gorgeous wedding. Gorgeous wedding reception. Like beautiful. Let's go on to Brian and Ingrid. I knew that Brian was a dope boy. I knew that he was a dope boy. The minute he showed that throwback photo of him with that dookie gold cross chain, shirt open, and his hands like he was posing like this, I knew he was a dope boy. He was giving 90s dope boy. I knew it. But I didn't know that his ex set him up to get carjacked. It seemed like she set him up to get assassinated. But I don't want to get into it, because is the ex his baby mama as well? Because that's what we need to say. What is going on? You can't just drop that information and go on with your story, which is the same thing that Ingrid said. Ingrid was just like, me and this man have been talking. I get here, he finally gets here to Brazil, and all of a sudden, he has all of these things that we have never talked about. First, she knew that he was handicapped. She did not know that she would have to help him as much as she has had to, because her first words were, oh, he told me he was very independent and didn't need any help. So now she's looking like, oh, I have to do a lot more than I ever intended to do. Next thing she finds out is that this man is 51 years old, 3 years younger than her father. He told her that she was 45. And Brian's just like, I never said that. I'm very comfortable with my age. You're a liar. You absolutely told that woman that you were in your early 40s. Early to mid 40s. You absolutely told her that. No way you told Ingrid that you were handicapped at 51. No way you told her that. No way you told her that. Everything that Ingrid is saying, I absolutely believe her. Then he drops on her, yo, I was a dope boy in the 90s. I got shot. My ex set me up. I got carjacked. I tried to fight the guy with the gun, and now I am a quadriplegic. And he's thinking that this story is going to get him sympathy. Ingrid was just like, oh, so this is something else now that you have not told me. It's 3 days and I'm finding out all of this information, and me and you have been talking this entire time. I'm telling you guys, in her confessional, she was looking like she was ready to flee. She was looking like she was ready to flee because she is just processing all this stuff that this man is telling her. And Brian is trying to act like the victim. And I think that he is using his disability to victimize himself when he's really just a passport bro that is a liar. Because what the show tries to do is make the American palatable to the audience and villainize the non-American person. But I see right through them. I see right through them. And I've been saw Brian from day one. I want Ingrid to get away from him, but I think she won't because reality TV, right? And being, she's from Brazil and she's on this highly popular American reality TV show. As a single mama, she's not going to walk away from this popularity, this notoriety, and this check if she gets one. I hope that they do not have them on the show and they're not paying them. But for what it's worth, I think she is going to stay on this show just because of what she can get out of it for herself. But I'm on her side. I am absolutely on her side, like being extremely put off by the fact that Brian is a pathological liar. Let's move on to Sunny and V. I feel bad for V. She has a really, her life has been rough. She's had some ups and downs. She was adopted into a really religious family, and she's had some trauma from that. She also lost her brother. Her brother was killed by the police. And while she was in the process of mourning her brother, she lost her child that she was pregnant with. So she's experienced a lot of pain. And I honestly feel bad for her. It doesn't overlook the fact that she is extremely messy. Here is why I say that. So V is bringing her ex-boyfriend, baby daddy at one point, to South Africa to meet with Sunny, and Sunny doesn't know that. She keeps on talking about it. And what is his name? Is it Oliver? Rory. So she is bringing Rory there and Sunny doesn't know. I don't think either men know how much she's keeping from the both of them, right? So she plans on bringing him, but she's like, oh, he's my best friend and we've been through so much. You are bringing your soulmate to meet your fiance. That's messy, sis. That's messy. I feel for you and everything that you have went through, but this is absolutely messy. You are going to introduce your fiance to your soulmate. How do you think Sunny is going to take that? It's not going to work. It's not going to work. And I'm just like, I feel like she's just being messy for the sake of the show and trying to get a reaction. And maybe these two are not where we actually think they are. Maybe this is another couple scamming for the show. But I'm just like, sis, this is extremely messy. This Muslim man is not going to take it lightly. I will also say this. It really is irking to me when people get in relationships with people who are deeply religious, especially the women, right? You get into relationships with religious men. And for some reason, you think that your kookananny is going to make him submit to you. Men do not submit to women, right? Especially religious men. They barely submit to God. They are not going to submit to you. So she is expecting for this Muslim man to compromise with her. And I'm like, it's not going to happen. And I know you think, oh, that you're so cute. I know you think you got the best kukanani in the world and it could change his mind. It will not happen. You are already unequally yoked and you are entering into a relationship with extreme conflict because you have religious differences, right? You have been traumatized from religion. So what makes you think that Islam is going to be the way to go. It's not, right? You're not going to want to do it. And every time he tries to push you into that, because he needs to be with a Muslim woman, because that is what he and his family requires. Them non-American men ain't going against their family. So you have this religious trauma. You're with a man that is extremely religious and is not going to compromise on that, yet you are still continuing to pursue the relationship while bringing your soulmate to meet him. Messy. Good TV. Good TV. But sis, you messy. You messy. Let's move on to the couple that I have been waiting for. I have been waiting for this couple, Niles and Matilda. So we meet Niles. I think he's playing Dungeons and Dragons with his friends. Shout out to the Dungeons and Dragons community. I've never played the game, but I saw the movie with Chris Pine and I loved it. I had such a good time like watching it. It was such a fun movie. So shout out to the Dungeons and Dragons Hive. What's up? I like the movie. Not necessarily sure if I could play the game, but I do want to say this. When we meet Niles, he's hanging out with his friends and they're playing, I think, Dungeons and Dragons. And I just want to say, women, listen up. Listen up. Niles and his friends, them Dungeons and Dragons boys, this is who you're fighting with on Twitter. This is who you're fighting with on Twitter. Block and move on. Not necessarily Niles, because that's my baby. But I'm letting you know right now, this is who you're fighting with on Twitter. Don't engage. Block the incels and flourish. Anyway, so we meet Niles. So adorable. He's autistic. Catch. We caught that in the first few minutes of his segment. And he is engaged to Matilda, who is a gorgeous woman with a very strong personality who can braid hair like nobody's business. Because every scene that we've seen of Matilda, she got a new cut, a new color, a new do. Like it's every scene we see of Homegirl, it's a new style, okay? So even right here, cute. She know how to braid down. So she is, very strong mind, strong willed, typical Black woman. We cannot be broken. And she is with Niles, who is very independent, but he's also autistic. And there's a lot of things that, he's just not really aware of because he can't catch things like non-autistic people can. However, he has extremely heightened senses, which I thought was fascinating. Because in his confessional, they were talking to him and he was just like, yeah, well, this kind of autism that I have heightened senses. So I get annoyed very easily. And you know what? Black people, we need to start getting tested. Because he was saying some stuff and I was identifying. I was identifying with some of these things. I was like, me too, Niles. Me too, Niles. Me too, Niles. So, let's all get tested so we can properly go through this life knowing what we're dealing with. Anyway, what I thought was so fascinating was he was just like talking about the things that he can smell. And he was like, even right now in this room, I know that table is made of mahogany because I could smell it. What in the Rain Man is going on? I'm fascinated by him. And I also want a big sister him because he seems like such a sweetie. This is just my introduction to the Niles. He probably will disappoint me like every other man on this show. But right now, that's my heart. Money Matilda. We call her Money Matilda, right? Because Niles called her because he is having second thoughts about getting married, right? I guess in Matilda's culture, they can't date for too long, so they have to get married. This is what Matilda has told him. So when Niles, he's planning to go see her. And so when he goes to see her, Matilda's like, we're getting married. So Niles calls her, and as soon as Matilda gets on the phone, she's like, hey, baby, I love you, baby. And Niles looks at the cameraman. He's just like, we could be here all day. He was just like, we can do this all day. Yeah, this is who we are. Like, he is so enamored by Matilda. And he's trying to talk to her. He's just like, well, I don't know if I want to get married right away when I get there. And Matilda's just like, no, we're getting married. Like, as soon as you get here, me and you are getting married. I am already, I'm locked in with this couple. I'm locked in with this couple. I love Niles. I love Matilda. I'm a bit more protective over Niles just because he's autistic. I'm going to be honest with you. Just because he's autistic. And I just feel just very protective over him. And I'm just like, normally I'm always on the non-American side, but I'm leaning more towards Niles. Now, Matilda, now. I might get more information about your boo and I might start rocking with you solely. But right now, I'm more protective over my baby Niles. But I like this couple. I like this dynamic. They're going to be good TV. They are going to be good TV. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say about 90 Day Fiance. What do you guys have to say? Let's get into it. I want to set the timer. Where's my timer? I'm going to set my timer for, let's give it a couple minutes. I'm going to set my timer for about 10 and see what we are from there. Squabble up. Hey, why can't I find my clock? Child. Squabble up. Let's do 10. We might not get to 10, but we're going to see. Ashley, thank you, says thank you for all your commentary. Thank you so much, Ashley, for the super chat. Yes, thank you, Ashley. Let me. Oh, Nikki.Star, I love you. Nikki.Star said, Nikki.Star again is so proud of you, and we are too. Love you, sister. Love you too. The NNH said, Chitty sister is spilling tea. She sure is. I told you, that is her baby. She is very protective over him, and I knew she was going to come through. Some people said Renee wanted to be on a reality show and chose to be weird. I think she's weird. I don't think Renee is acting. I think she is weird, but I also think she's scamming to be a reality TV star. A&E, yes, because I was going to say E, but I'm like, that's Entertainment Network. A&E Discovery, absolutely will. That is a channel. If you want to see like reality TV that is like raw, the real deal, A&E. A&E, especially Intervention, that's the real deal. The NH said when he switched the money to pesos, he was acting like he had millions of dollars or something. Is it called pesos? Oh, that was, you know what? Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, and he was just spending it. And this is the father. This is a father, mind you. Wow. The NNH also said that man was just embarrassing to her on TV. You can tell from her face she was uncomfortable. I felt terrible for her. Me too. I hate the way he treats her. Spency said, OMG, I haven't had a chance to watch 90 Day yet, but an STD and homeless. And allegedly dodging child support. So that's why he's moving to the Philippines. A mess. Busola said, sadly, Lauren is once away is that American flop who runs to another country because he's broke. Hope Faith gets away from him. I hope so too. The NNH said that his family paid for the wedding. It was beautiful. I don't know. It seems like it. But you know what? You never know. I'm not sure. Some people said, I feel bad for everyone who knows this guy, his baby mom, Faith, the kid. He's so weird. And doing it for reality TV. That's why he was smiling, talking about, I have gonorrhea. Who the hell smiles and saying they have got? Are you proud? Do you want to get it again? Like, what are we doing? The NNH said, unfortunately, Tyra Lily seems very tense. She still thinks this man was a virgin. I don't think she believes that. He turned her every which way but loose. She knew. I think she just chose to protect her husband in front of the cameras. The NNH also said, Ingrid looked terrified. She said, 2 years and I know nothing about you. Yep. She looked like she was ready to flee. Some people said, you'd love Dungeons and Dragons. It's basically just improv as a board game. I may try it out. You know, let me look up Dungeons and Dragons Atlanta. Let's see if there's anything, a place where I can, yeah, it's a D&D group. I'll try it out. You think they'll teach me how to play? That would be fun. He did. That's where he got me. That's where he got me. He burnt the bacon. He was like, you know, this normally happens. That's why I have vents. I love him. I love him. Money Matilda indeed. The NNH said it's going to be interesting when they meet for the first time. They do seem sweet from what I've seen of them. I'm not sure yet if this is a scam or if this is the real deal, because like some of her family and friends were trying to talk about him and his autism, and she was very protective and very endearing of him. So I'm like, what's going on? I can't read it yet. We just meet him. We just met him. I can't read it yet. Vodka, no. Housewives is actually next. Let's get into the Real Housewives of, let's do Dubai, because I was just so disappointed. I'm telling you, if this show gets canceled, just like Jersey, it's on them. It's on them, because my thing with Dubai, it's too early for y'all to not be liking each other. Like, it's too early for y'all friendships to be this torn apart. Y'all are supposed to just be having fun, at least for the first 5 years, right? Atlanta was a good time, I think, until season 6. Atlanta was a good time until season 6. And then it just got dark, and then we just had to build and move. They still have yet to recover from that, but allegedly Nene might be coming back, so hopefully she got a different attitude. Anyway, I'm just disappointed. If Brooks and Talene end up reconciling after this, and let me know if you guys know, there was a plane that just flew over my home, very close, but we're not near an airport. Oh God, was that aliens? I'm not ready. Anyway, if Brooks and Talene are able to make up and reconcile after all of the things that they have said about each other, I would be gagged. I would be gagged, because they were going at it. They've been going at it online. They've been going at it on Watch What Happens Live. Now they're going at it at the reunion, screaming at each other, shut the F up. I'm not talking to you. Don't yell at me. Just really nasty, right? So then they go on break, and Brooks walks in and she's just like, I want to move on. And Talene is like, okay, I want to move on too, but you have to apologize for the things that you said. And Brooks is like, no, I'm not going to apologize. You and your husband told me about your infidelities and that y'all bring somebody else into your bedroom. And Talene was gagged. She was like, you know that that's not true. Listen, Talene, your reaction let me know that that's true. But here's the thing. Do you want to be friends with somebody who, as soon as you like fall out, a minor fallout, mind you, starts telling your marital business to the world? And Brooks, do you want to be friends with somebody who, as soon as they get on a platform that you put them on, becomes besties with your enemy? Like, y'all need to let this go, because how are you guys going to be able to reconcile? Y'all have went so low and like cut so deep. I would be gagged if you reconcile, and if you do reconcile, it's just for the cameras. There's no way that real friends can come back from that, because y'all definitely weren't friends to begin with. If this is how you guys respond in a fallout. If you are like really friends, if there's like really love there, you are going to be so hesitant about like saying anything. If you were to say something, you wouldn't start with their freaking marriage. Y'all had to just be acquaintances. And that leads me to Lisa and Ayan. I'm just like, for the both of you, were you guys ever really friends? Y'all are going so low. And I'm like, is this for the sake of a TV show? There's no way any of them can come back from it. And if they don't get renewed, this is on them. They are too dark too soon. Everybody has their dark season, but you gotta build up to that. Let the audience want to, I don't know, want to walk through that difficult time with you. You guys are so new. The audience can move on from you, right? You have to be like so lovable, so likable, such a need in people's weekly TV watching that when you do have a bad season, when you do have a rough season, we will still watch out of dedication because you guys gave us something to hold on to. Y'all ain't give us nothing yet. Y'all have not given us enough to make the audience miss you. If they go bye-bye, it is their fault. It is nobody else's fault but the cast of The Real Housewives of Dubai. The microaggressions from the rest of this cast to Lisa, Sarah, I don't like it. And if you're giving these microaggressions to Lisa, Lord knows what you were saying to that scamming Afro-Jordanian, I don't know. That black Arab boyfriend, Lord knows that you and your son was saying about him. My God, today. I will say she gave that man a lot of chances. A lot of chances. Everybody was telling you that he was garbage, and you kept on giving him chances. You sure you didn't test out the peen? There has to be something else. It just doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense for this man that you're saying that you're just talking to, for you to be this dedicated to him. Sarah, you lying about something. You lying about something. Why were there cockroaches attached to Ayan's dress? Where were they? What alley, what dumpster were they filming this reunion in? All of these reunions that I've watched, I have never in my life seen anything like that. They literally had them sticky cockroach catchers. I only thought that they were for mice. I had no idea they had them for cockroaches. And they were like everywhere, and they were all over the place so much that one of the cockroach traps was attached to Ayan's dress, and they just pulled it off like it was nothing. What? The ghetto. I don't know what projects Bravo was filming that show in, but my God, today. Lisa, I love her, right? Poor thing. Her gags were not landing. Nobody could be Kenya. Like ever since Kenya did the gags and stunts, everybody has been trying to recreate it, and it just does not work. So Lisa goes up to Stansbury because she's just like, Stansbury is saying that, I copy, people's fashions and I'm stealing from other designers, but she is plagiarizing journals because I guess she found a journal in Marshall's and then found Stansbury's journals that she's like, putting out to people or trying to sell to her consumers. And she's saying that she plagiarized somebody else's journal. And I guess this was something that Lisa and Brooks planned, because when she pulled out the journals, Brooks kept on going, and nobody cared. Even Andy was like, is this going to land? And it just didn't. Like, I love Lisa. That's my girl. I am on her side with this Ayan situation, but her stunts just did not land. Beautiful woman, but the stunts were not landing. And then when Lisa says to Stansbury, well, you're plagiarizing your own journals. And Stansbury was just like, you got your creams from Alibaba. Oh, poor Lisa, that cut her deep. She said, I did not. They come from Europe. Oh, just a mess. Here's the thing, and we beat this into the ground. The issues with Ayan and Lisa is that Ayan wanted to be besties with Stansbury because for some reason, in Ayan's mind, she thinks that she needs Stansbury to be great on this show. For some reason, Stansbury got into her mind, or I don't know, the white supremacy she was entertaining at home made her believe that she was not that girl and that she needed Stansbury. So she bit the knee and bowed down and kissed Stansbury's ring to like be her bestie, but she did it while sacrificing her real relationship that she had with Lisa. And I think what Ayan wanted to do was keep her relationship with Lisa while being besties with Stansbury, but Stansbury doesn't like Lisa. So Ayan was going to have to distance herself and disavow Lisa to make Stansbury feel safe. And while Ayan was doing that, Lisa was catching what she was doing, and she was not okay with it. So these two are just very fractured. I think Ayan feels stupid. I think Ayan wants to make her relationship with Lisa work, but she's done so much to show her loyalty to Stansbury that there's just nowhere these two can go. Because even Andy was trying to find a resolution. And while he was trying to find it, Lisa was just like, listen, me and her can move on, but she has to take back what she said about me. So then we find out that Brooks was on the phone with Ayan. And Ayan basically said that, you know, she wants Lisa dead, put in a coffin, and buried 6 feet underground. You know how Ayan is. Ayan got a slick mouth. This is the thing. When Ayan gets mad, she goes very low, right? But she is able to make up with people very easily. Like, she has said some awful things about Stansbury, even in this season, but they were able to make up. I don't know why it's so hard for her to make up with Lisa. Anyway, that's what Ayan does. She just goes really, really low, but then she comes back extra sad. She goes to the person, she cries, I'm sorry. She does all of that. The person forgives her and they move on. The thing about it is, Lisa isn't ready to move on because she did not like what Ayan said about her. So Brooks tells Lisa what Ayan said, and Ayan and Lisa was very hurt by that, right? Lisa, being the friend to Ayan that she is, knows that Brooks is messy and was just like, I don't believe she would say that about me. I'm not going to entertain it. And Brooks was like, oh, you don't believe me? I'm going to call her right now and I'm going to ask her what she said and I'm going to put her on speakerphone. So she puts Ayan on speakerphone and Ayan repeats it. And that just breaks Lisa. Here's the thing. Like I said before, Lisa's my girl and I'm on her side with this Ayan situation. But Lisa does something that all the housewives do. And I'm just like, I'm over it. I'm not going to say F your kids, but I'm going to say the audience does not care. This is a show about housewives. We don't care about your kids or your husbands. We really don't. And Lisa always puts everything on her children. I'm a mother. My children were there. Ayan was doing the same thing. My son was there and you were yelling at me. We don't give a damn about them kids. That is your responsibility. That is your crotch fruit. That is who you are supposed to care about and take care of. We are not watching their reality TV show. We are watching your reality TV show. That is all we care about. Constantly throwing your kids in the argument does not faze the audience. We do not care. Because if you really cared about what your children heard and how your children felt, you would not be on Trainwreck TV. You are getting paid to be a clown for a working class audience who gets off seeing well-to-do people have horrible lives. That's the job. So it's not about the kids. It's about you using an excuse to remove any accountability from you. And again, Lisa's my girl. I hate that she brings up them kids all the time. It's just like, you know, I'm a mother and she said these things about me, my children. What does it have to do? What she said have to do with your children? She was mean. She was being nasty to you. She was angry. So she said something out of anger. Ayan's problem is she just goes low. There's no in between with her. She goes very low. But another problem that she has is that people forgive her for the nasty things that she says. People also forgives her because of, due to all of the lies that she says, she's able to get away with it. Here is why Ayan is able to get away with the things that she does. She is the Balki of the show. absolutely dating myself, but she's the Balky of this show, right? She is the simple-minded, immigrant character who is, oh, I don't understand what that means. And she deliberately mispronounces things to get a rise. Like she plays up the fact that she has a different culture and speaks several different languages, and English is not her first, and that's how everybody communicates. So she plays up the mispronouncing of things, and she plays up the not understanding of things. She's a very smart woman, right? Very, very smart woman. However, she miscalculated who she was on this show by throwing that all away to be Stansberry's lapdog. So people are able to forgive her because she plays into the stereotypes that people have of people who look like her, sound like her, and comes from where she comes from. It's the clown show for her. It is the performance she puts on for the audience. So her thing is she goes too far, she goes low, she lies a lot, and everybody forgives her. The issue that she's having is this one person that she lied on, this one person that she went low on is not letting her get away so easily. So she's having an issue with that because everybody else lets it go. But her real friend is just like, absolutely not, because this ain't us. We don't do that. So I need a real resolution. I need real forgiveness. I need real acknowledgement to move on. And Ayan isn't giving that to Lisa. And here is how I know that Ayan said what she said. Because as soon as it was revealed, all of a sudden, Ayan, who didn't want to move forward, who did not return any of Lisa's calls, all of a sudden she wants to have coffee with Lisa and work things out. Because she realized that she was busted. And her yelling and her screaming and that side of the chair defending her was not going to work. She effed up. And now she wants to have coffee outside of the cameras with Lisa to fix the situation. I don't know if it can be fixed. And that's the problem with this show. Y'all have too many issues far too soon. It's too soon. So let's get into these gag gifts. I get that the gag gifts were supposed to be gags. My thing is, this show is about money, right? You guys are supposed to be the richest housewives in the housewife universe, and you are giving gummy panties. How the hell you get gummy panties in Dubai? Which makes me believe that y'all went to some gift shop in upstate New York or whatever barn this reunion was filmed in and got something from the local CVS or gas station. Like, these gifts were just like, I get that they were gags. They could have been fabulous. They could have been fabulous. They were gag gifts that didn't land. I'm so glad this show is over. I won't say they gave me nothing. They didn't give me enough to be here. They didn't work for it, in my opinion. This is why the views are in the gutter. That's all I had to say about this show. What do you guys have to say? Let's get into it. I'm gonna put my timer back on. And we're gonna get into it. Just Simply, what's up? Just Simply said, hey, Nikki in chat. The season was good, but the reunion was very underwhelming. Dubai. I absolutely agree with you because I watched the uncensored reunion on Peacock and I'm still not gagged. I'm not gagging. Jade said, let's be real. It's Ayan. She's been coming off as desperate to be a Bravo icon. I haven't liked her officially after her unnecessarily coming for Phaedra at BravoCon. Yeah, she's been doing the most. She's been doing the most. And it's been given desperate. CM said, man has said some vile things that I'm side-eyeing all three of them. I agree. Like, how are any of them going to move on? Like, they all went so low. JG said, send Lisa to the Real Housewives of Miami with Brooks as a casual friend of, and any way they use Marlo, call it a day. I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree. We've all moved on. All moved on. CM says they don't care because giving a reaction makes Stell very mad and she's Cohen's fave, which is so weird. She gives nothing. I'm never gagged at anything that Caroline does. I will say she puppet masters this entire group. And I don't know how nobody can see it. She's glorious in that. Liliana, what's up? Said, did we discuss Love After Lockup? Love After Lockup is last. I'm going to do the Real Housewives of Orange County next, and then we're going to end with Love After Lockup. Hey, Give Me Shelter. Thank you for being here. Nobody, no matter how hard they try, nobody. Even with Talene and the clothes and those big receipts of her text message conversation or Instagram conversation with Brooks, didn't land. JG said the fact that Carolyn Stansbury continues to try to cut down Lisa's business, it's not sitting well with me. This is the thing. Lisa is the youngest and the prettiest. Concerning Stansbury, I won't say that I believe that, but I think that that's how Stansbury acts to me. Stansbury acts as if, you know, that older woman in the group that doesn't like the young girl that she thinks is prettier than her. That's what it gives, because there's just no reason for Lisa to get under her skin the way she does. The N and the H, and I think it also stems from Sergio talking about how gorgeous she is. The N and the H said, I'm glad I didn't watch this reunion and only listen to the review. Sounds like the girls are going out sad. They are. They really, really are. Justin said, Nikki, you got me wheezing. What was probably over that Ayan cry. The Optic said, LOL, Brooks, don't be lying. I hate that for Lisa and Ayan. She doesn't. JG says, hate to say it, but Ayan had that white safety complex. She puts pale people on the pedestal. I agree with you. Along with trying desperately to be good TV gold and throwing Lisa under the bus kills two birds with one stone. I agree. Jade also says, but they have watched people for years push off Kenya BS because her daughter and fans accept it. There you go. Balky. She is the Balky of this show, guys. And she plays up on that. You know, before I didn't mind it, but now it's just like, okay, Ayan, you got to give us another stick. This isn't landing. Will Small says, not perfect strangers. I love Balky. One of my favorite characters. I did not know that it was an offensive character until I got older. Balky and Miss Swan. I cringe. If ever I see clips of them, I'm like, they used to have me rolling as a child. And now as an adult, I'm like, oh, that was bad. Will Small says Ayan is smarter and more charming than Teresa. I will say that. I will absolutely. Ayan knows what she's doing. Teresa, I don't think has a clue. Love her. She don't have a clue. Just simply said, I also get annoyed with Ayan's generalization of Africa. She makes it seem like a lot worse than what it actually is. She's playing up. She's playing up to the white social class that she wants access to. I'm also so annoyed with the fans using Ayan's culture as an excuse for her behavior. Probably because they do the same thing. Hey, Mama Star. Thank you for being here. Mama Star says, like the video. Got to listen to Mama Star. Will said those gifts were Latoya and Portia exchanged that lame wig and wine bottles on Atlanta on Latoya's season. It just fell flat. I'm just like, it could have been a fabulous gag gift. You guys are supposed to be the money. Y'all supposed to be the money at all money. And y'all giving gummy panties and a ventriloquist doll still in the box that Amazon delivered to your home. Womp, 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 womp. Will says we can't platform Marlo. I mean, I won't platform Marlo after what trauma she put us and those kids through. I agree. Vodka said, I would like another season of Dubai just so I can see this friendship play out between Ayan and Lisa. That would be interesting to watch. I will say that. But I'm not sure, guys. The views are bad. They get less views than Watch What Happens Live. And I know everybody's like, people watching on Peacock like myself, but the Bravo, those views matter. Will Small says, Kenya is so iconic. I think only stunts that gagged was the Monique Samuels binder. Yes. Saging my comments. Let me tell you something. Monique is up there in the Hall of Fame. She cleared Giselle. She cleared Giselle. Will says, I don't want to discuss Potomac. Listen, it might be a much better season now. It might be a much better. I'm lying. That trailer was awful. Vodka said, and someone said it's like Sarah's on another show altogether, and I agree. I don't know where Sarah was the whole time. If she does come back, she needs to be friend of. Vodka said Sarah's friendship with Brooks is so fake. Sarah's friendship with everybody is so fake. Let's move on to the Real Housewives of Orange County. Oh gosh, let's get into it. This one was a lot. This was a lot. Emily is reaching. Listen, Emily is a part of a culture who sees this woman, this gorgeous, stacked woman, as somebody who was bad built. Because of that, in her mind, she thinks that she looks terrible. And I have been saying this since she got on the show, that she needs to expand her social group. Because of your community and the beauty standards in your community, you will always believe that you are bad built, right? If you expand your community, you will realize that in a lot of cultures, you have an ideal body. But because of the culture that you identifies with, thinks that you have a bad built body, it is doing a number on your brain. And because of that, you are reaching. And mama, the only thing I can say to you is you have to let the patriarchy die, because that's what got your mind messed up. That's what has your mind messed up, because patriarchy has made you believe that because you are a bigger woman, which means that a man cannot conquer you, which means that a man who is smaller than you is intimidated by you. So he has to say things to tear you down because of the way you are built, because he knows that he cannot physically break you. They got you thinking you're hideous and your body is bad built. No, you look strong. And to a man that that does not equate to you, you are a problem. So he tears you down mentally and makes you feel smaller than. That's how you ended up in the situation you were in. You better expand your community and kill the patriarchy, because your mind is messed up. You look crazy to every non-white person watching. You look crazy. You got hips, you caked up, slim waist, got a little fatty for your age, like, girl. But that community with them dainty, weak woman beauty standards got your mind messed up. And because of that, you are reaching and you are putting things on another woman from your community who has what you believe is the ideal body. So you put all your issues that you have with yourself on her. She's hungry. She's hungry, okay? And if she flies a kite, she's flying away. You don't want that life, but you think you want that because of the community that you identify with. Sucks to be you, sis. I'm sorry, because nothing's wrong with you. Nothing's wrong with you. And you were absolutely wrong in this interaction with Heather, because Heather has this fashion show, the equality fashion show for, her kids who are all genders and identity. She was raising awareness for that. And Emily, she had to bring her own jeans. For whatever reason, she had to bring her own jeans. So Emily is just like, she was looking at the pictures and she's like, everybody else is in skirts and pants that Heather got them, but I had to bring my own jeans. And I'm like, is it because I'm fat? Did you ask her? If you feel that way, ask her. I went in my dressing room and cried. You are 6'7", 225 pounds. What are you crying for? You're at Amazon. Being a stallion is in. When was that ever a bad thing? You built like Xena Warrior Princess. What is wrong with that? It's your community. See, when you was messing with them Mexican drug dealers, when you was messing with them cocaine cowboys, you ain't never felt like something was wrong with your body. But then when you got Rumpelstiltskin, now you feel like something is wrong with you. It's perspective, mama. It's perspective. And you were wrong for putting that on Heather, because she did not. Heather was like, she didn't even know what was going on. I will say this though, Heather, I was riding with you. I was riding with you in the beginning, right? Because I did, and I still believe that Emily was wrong for dropping her issues on you. However, you did not have to say that size 12 dress was tight on her, because you know Emily was lying and saying that dress was too big or whatever. You did not have to say that. That right there reinforced her insecurities. And that's going to come up at the reunion. And you just better apologize for that, because it was just nasty and it wasn't very classy. I can't believe a woman like you, who's very mindful, very dainty, very demure, would say that about another woman. Not very classy and high society of you, Heather. I expected more. That was nasty. That was nasty what she did. Emily's still wrong. Emily is still wrong. But that comment from Heather, nasty. I will say the dress was tight on her. It was a size 12 and it was tight. Yikes. Nasty. That was nasty. Tamara's daughter, she had her own confessional. Girl. I have never been wrong by a firing more in my life than I have been about Jen. Y'all know last season I was just like, Jen gives us nothing. She cannot be on this show. I guess she watched my review and was just like, I'm going to show Nikki that she is wrong, and she has done just that. Mama has showed up to work. She kicked the door open first episode of this show. I'm getting evicted. I got all these kids. I'm getting evicted. I ain't got no money. My boyfriend that's a scammer is taking care of me. And now my son on camera told me that me and him do not get along and he want to live with his daddy in a 1-bedroom apartment. She is giving us all of her tea. All of her tea. I am so glad Bravo didn't listen to me and fire this woman. I was wrong, Jen. I was wrong. I will say this, Jen, let your son, who don't want to have rules, go live with that daddy in that 1-bedroom apartment. And he going to find out just how much a father with 5 kids who got a 1-bedroom apartment feels about him. Let that boy find out on his own. Stop protecting him. He want to be grown? He want to have more freedom? Let him have more freedom. Let him go over there with that deadbeat. Because what happens with a lot of men, they only want the kids if they come attached to the woman. Now that them kids now that he ain't with you, he don't feel like them kids. That's why he got a 1-bedroom apartment. So that boy who feels like, oh, with dad, I have more free time, because daddy don't care. Because daddy's checked out. Because what you mean to tell me you got 5 kids and you got a 1-bedroom apartment? You got shared custody. What are you doing? What are you doing? Let that boy go live with his daddy. Mr. Groney, who don't want you in his business, who don't want you caring and checking up on him, let him go live with his daddy. He'll be back in 6 months. He'll be back in 6 months. Sometimes you got to take your hands off and let them find out. Let them find out on their own. I'm so glad you came back for another season, and I can't wait to see you next season. My God, today. Good for you, girl. Good for you. Alexis. I will say, this season of Orange County, I was wrong. I was wrong with saying I wanted Jen fired, and I was wrong for saying I wanted Jesus Judge to come back. What a disappointing casting. What a disappointing casting, because Alexis is hanging out with the girls. And they're like, what's going on? And Alexis is just like, and they're like, what is happening? Because she's trying to cry, but she has so much Botox, she can't cry, right? No tear ducts. Tear ducts is gone. And she's like, and they're like, what is going on? And she's like, John, so what going on with John? Jesus Jugs, you have so much going on in your life. I cannot believe your storyline is harassing Shannon until she becomes hysterical and sticking up for John, who you just met. who you just met, who you were using as a coping mechanism. Because in this episode, she starts crying. She's just like, I'm dealing with a lot. I'm freshly divorced. And I'm also dealing with the fact that my mother died. And, I am in this committed relationship with John. You are rebounding this man. And you are so wrapped up in this relationship because you are coping. Now, you and this man have become Bonnie and Clyde, and now you're about to get charges dropped on you because this man is extorting Shannon. So the tide is about to turn in her favor. It's been turning in her favor this entire time. But if y'all drop that video, y'all in trouble. Y'all are in trouble. Even Emily, Miss Lawyer, in her confessional, she read the laws for Cowley and said, oh, they're extorting her. So this is about, you're about to have some egg on your face. You're about to have some egg on your face defending a man who is harassing his ex. I can't believe as a woman, you would be interested in a guy like that. Because as a woman, don't you ask the question like, why are you still so concerned about her? Are you not over her? He's not. He's not. He's still in love with her. And he's with you to get under her skin. And you are doing his dirty work. We have learned nothing about her this season. Nothing about her. This is the first time she mentioned her mom passing and her ex-husband. We could have gotten into all of that. We've learned nothing about her other than the fact that she is literally on this show doing John's dirty work. Sad. You started this show. You were an anchor for this show. You're an OG. And this is how you come back on your platform that you built? Sad. Very, 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 very sad. So anyway, the ladies all get together. Emily decides that she wants to talk to Heather and confront her in front of everybody about being big. And she tells Heather that, she felt some sort of way about getting her own jeans. And Heather's just like, what are you talking about? I was not thinking about that. I'm thinking about this organization and my kids. I never thought those things about you. And Emily is raising her voice, getting really upset with Heather and like saying that Heather's being mean to her. And Heather's like, what are you talking about? Like, she's not understanding, what's happening with Emily because Emily is dumping on her. Emily is dumping her insecurities on Heather. So Heather gets away from her and then Emily goes over to her and she's just like, well, me and you, we need to talk. And Heather's just like, no, because you talk to me in front of everybody else. Now you want to pull me to the side. So Emily goes, well, F you. I don't want to have this conversation with you. So then Jesus Jugs inserts herself because me standing next to Alexis, who's a size 2. So Alexis is just like, oh, you're bringing me into this. And Emily is just like, I'm absolutely not bringing you into this. I was just giving a description of what happened and how I felt. But Alexis only knows how to insert herself in situations because she doesn't have anything going on. So she kept on inserting herself while Emily is hysterical because we know when Emily gets upset, she just sees red and she doesn't come down for a few days. And then she apologizes and then she recognizes where she went wrong. But right now she's in this hysterical place and she has an issue with everyone, right? But she doesn't have an issue with Jesus Jugs, who keeps on inserting herself into this argument with Heather and Emily, obviously giving that she wants camera time. So Emily looks at her and goes, you are a friend of the show, basically. Why are you in this conversation? And Alexis goes, oh, yes, I'm a friend. You are. She's basically saying, know your place. You're doing absolutely too much. Let the principals have this argument and you sit on the sidelines like a friend. I didn't agree with Emily in this argument with Heather, but I absolutely agree with her getting Jesus Jugs together because Alexis, you're doing too much. You're doing too much and it's not good enough. You're not doing the right things to make me or the audience want to see more of you. Very disappointing. Team Heather in this argument with Emily, not Team Emily in Heather's confessional. What she said about Emily was nasty work. That's all I have to say about this show. What do you guys have to say? Let's get into it. The NNA said, I will say, how are you going to have equity and inclusion fashion show, but not provide inclusive fashions though? I get that it was an oversight. I do not think that Heather did it intentionally. I don't think she did that. I do not think that she did that. Miss Brown Sugar said, low key, Emily being from Southern Ohio, even the white guys would choose her body type over Heather 7 days a week. But yeah, now she's in Orange County where all of the women are blonde, frail, petite, conquerable, right? Because the men are frail and petite. So they need a woman. They desire a woman like that. That's their trophy, right? Like those trophies that they, men when they go hunting, that they hang on a wall. That's how they like their women, right? Look at what I defeated. Look at what I was able to conquer. So then you get an Emily who's self-made and strong looking, strong in attitude. She's not the ideal body type. She's not the ideal wife. And so she finds herself in a situation with a man that constantly tears her down because she's too much for him. Always be too much for everybody. She does have the ideal body type, but she is in a society that does not believe that. JG says, I wonder what Emily's husband had to say to her because it gives projection, similar to her coming for Jen, when in reality, her husband's parents bankroll their lifestyle. Tiny Tim probably is treacherous. Yeah, I think it's just Emily's insecurities because she even said it to Jen. She was like, I grew up poor. What the hell that got to do with Jen? Right? She's mad at the fact that Jen didn't grow up poor. Now that Jen's poor is not even a real poor. Jen can't function. She's like, oh my God, what is this? Like, I have to have one car now. Like, she don't know what's going on there, what to do, because this ain't her norm. Because Emily was the real definition of poor, she got an issue with Jen. She's projecting. That's all Emily does is project. Give Me Shelter said, thank you for saying that about Emily, Nikki, because I'm tired of talking. Yeah, it's too much. It's too much, and it's not fair. And it's not fair. Some people said, I know white men in the South wouldn't play about her. Texas? White men in Texas? Oh, Lord, they will rob her till the wheels come off. My God, today. She's in Orange County, though. She's in Orange County. Liliana Gonzalez says she became meaner after taking Ozempic. Oh, she's on Ozempic? Ugh. Y'all better stop playing with that. Justin said, right. I have family who were born and raised in West Africa. Their experience growing up was different from Ayan, Miss Brown Sugar. Yeah, she's playing it up, guys. She's playing it up. Miss Brown Sugar said Jen is earning her paycheck, and Lord knows she needs it. She sure is. Jen clocked in. She has not clocked out yet. Will Small says, does anyone know if Eddie and Tamara are okay? Because I don't feel like we've seen Eddie, and it feels like Tamara is putting her daughter that barely wants to be here to fill the void of Eddie's presence. Oh, yeah. I've just now noticed that we haven't seen a lot of Eddie. I think we will see a lot of Eddie when it comes out next episode that Ryan was talking about them on a podcast. Will also says she is hanging out with Alexis. I also felt slight sympathy for Alexis. It feels like she's just molds herself to whoever man is in her life, and it's bad news bears. I do agree with that. Leology, what's up? Said hi, Nikki. I didn't mind Heather's comment because I feel her lately. Emily has been throwing shade at Heather left and right. I agree, right? Emily has been throwing shade at Heather. I just felt like Heather's comment was pathophobic. Miss Brown Sugar said, I know that's right, Nikki. So dad isn't taking the kids on weekends? He don't give a damn about them kids. How do you have shared custody and you have a 1-bedroom home? And you forced to give that lady child support, and you have a 1-bedroom apartment. Yikes. Vodka said, yeah, that was so mean. I didn't realize her dress was tight until Heather pointed it out. Same. I thought it fit her perfectly. She said that. She was just like, I was supposed to meet John 6 months later, not now. She was supposed to meet him never. Girl, when you come out of this trance and you realize that that's who you've been laying up with, yikes. Miss GG88 said, yes, I was one of the people excited for Jesus Jugs to come back. I take it back. Girl, goodbye. She has no story other than being Johnny's mouthpiece. And she was an anchor. She is an OG. And she came back on this show being a mouthpiece for a day player. How the mighty have fallen. How the mighty have fallen. JG said Alexis is the biggest flop ever. She was so desperate to find anything to give her a storyline camera time. And it's sad. It is sad. Elon, what's up, sad? If Shannon owes him money, it's not going to pay him back. It has videos of him possibly running over his daughter, being drunk and almost hitting his daughter. Why wouldn't he do all of this? The thing about it is the way he's going about it is just pure extortion. Pure extortion. JG said Alexis is more interested in coming back to reality TV and the check than anything, including her family issues. Otherwise, she would have led with that. I agree. Hey, Sierra. Sierra said I never really saw Alexis as a full-blown lunatic in this scene. She was giving me a Kelly Ben Simone tea, and Bravo knew that they wanted this mess. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. She said, you're a friend. What are you doing here? Basically, like, why are you in my business? This is not your place. Stay over there. Stay over there. JG said the producers are truly gold because they showed how Alexis was trying desperately to make herself a topic. Emily said on Jeff Lewis that she went on for an hour about something going on. And they were annoyed. She annoys them. Emily was like, you're annoying and you're a wackadoodle. And she's right. Drewski said, Heather positions herself as so above everything, but her nasty spirit is always coming through. Yep. Emily clocks it. But nobody backs her up. Emily and Tamara, they clock it, but nobody backs them up. Oh, Natural, Bree, what's up? Said Emily wasn't saying that Heather did it intentionally, but having everyone in black pants from the fashion line and Emily in her own jeans would make anyone feel some type of way. I absolutely agree. Emily never said anything to Heather. Like, if you felt that in that moment to the point where it had you crying, talk to her. Don't confront her and say, oh, this made me feel some kind of way. Ask her. Say, was there an issue because this made me feel, right? Instead of talking to everybody, getting your sympathy guardians together and making an issue with Heather before this woman knew what the hell happened. She went about it sloppily, in my opinion. Elon says Emily needs to pick her role because it's confusing. How could she be upset about her body one season, then sitting in a sauna with a sandwich, and then the next season she is mad? I hated that season of her acting like Chris Farley. I really think it was her masking her insecurities about her body and trying to be like, oh, I'm okay with it. I'm the big girl. And as we see, she wasn't. JG said, I do honestly think it was intentional oversight because why not ask her to bring black pants? This also makes fancy pants look like people come after her for no reason. Back up Katie being full of it. That's a good perspective. Leah B says, just joining. Are we past Love of the Lockup? Love of the Lockup is coming up. Layla Ahmed says, I'm behind on the live, so I'm watching The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills or OC portion. But Dubai. But as a Somali American, Ayan's antics are 75% real. We're animated people. Toya, I need the charger. We're animated people, but she is playing it up for sure. Thank you, Layla. Liliana Gonzalez says, oh, also, guys, I need the charger, and it's time for Love at the Lockup. Liliana Gonzalez says, I hope the reunion is just as good as the show. They need to call out Tam Brat. I think they will. Give Me Shelter said, Jen P is the ideal housewife. Toya-Star. This is what we need. A housewife who has her own storylines rather than those who anchor themselves to other people's storylines. I agree. Miss Brown Sugar says, the food humor goes right with her deepest fears of feeling like she sticks out. You're absolutely right. One last thing before we move into Love at the Lockup. The Real Housewives of Orange County cast is the filthiest cast of housewives we have ever gotten. we have ever gotten. Like, out of all the housewives, they are the filthiest. Emily peeing in Katie's bushes. Tamra pissing on Jen's Ryan's pool, pissing right next to Ryan's pool and then pouring the piss into the pool. Just sick and nasty. They're just a filthy bunch. Really, like, it's not funny, it's not cute, it's not comedy. This is what people who think they're funny do and call it comedy. It's not. You're just gross. You're not funny. You're just gross. I hope they lead this in this season. I don't want to see no more of that. Y'all pissing everywhere like y'all wild animals. Y'all eating peanut butter off of each other's feet. Y'all just nasty. Y'all showing buttholes. Y'all are grown women, mothers, showing buttholes. What are we doing? What? Just nasty. They are just nasty. And I listen. They've been bringing it this season. The grossness. Y'all got to leave that somewhere else. Y'all are not, freshmen, college boys. Like, y'all not the teabagging crew. It's weird. It's really, really weird. Love at the lockup time. Shanti said the dress being a size 12 sent her spiraling. She looks amazing, but I get some people obsessed with numbers. Absolutely. I think they will. I don't know if everybody's going to come back to be on that cast, Jazzy. I do not know, because that show told a lot of Mormon tea. Miss Ronchika says, so nasty. Only Ramona tops with their bio waste everywhere she goes. Well, see, here's the thing. Ramona has a loose booty. I don't think that she is intentionally defecating everywhere. I think she just has, the anus is a little loose. I don't know if it was from activities or age. Somebody got a loose booty. Yeah, she has a loose booty. Nikki, so I don't think that's intentional. These housewife ladies, they are biohazards. They literally use defecation and urine as like a way to garner to garner attention and be comical. It's weird. It's weird. They all do it. Drewski said, Real Housewives of Orange County acting like this, but let a the Atlanta girls and Potomac girls could never. They could never. Give him shelter status. Also, it's mighty interesting how Emily wants empathy for her body issues, but judges Jen about her money issues. Oh, she is projecting. She's projecting. Didn't Emily say they were living off of the in-laws? Absolutely. It's not. These ladies are not funny. They're just nasty. Leology said, I forgot about Emily peeing in the bushes and now Tamara. They definitely give frat bro. It's gross. It's gross. We're going to end with Miss Gigi and then get into Love After Lockup. Miss Gigi said, they're so nasty. When Katie got up to show her butt and the cameraman zoomed in, just gross. Just gross. Everywhere she goes, she defecates. And she needs to start wearing panties and Depends. She needs to start wearing panties and Depends. Everywhere you go, you defecate. You got to stop that. At a certain age, you got to stop doing anal. Let's move on to wait. On. At a certain age, you just have to. Or you got to start wearing Depends. You got to find another. You got to find another way. You got to. Okay, now let's focus. Love After Lockup. They won a $17 million lawsuit over Orange. Or you know what? I'm not going to shame the anal community. Get the proper lube. Something is going on with Ramona's anus. Something is going on.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I thought you just said it was Love After Lockup.
There is, but there's a cast member on The Real Housewives, a former cast member on The Real Housewives of New York City. She defecates all the time on herself.
Okay.
And it's like something is going on with the anus. It's loose.
Some keep being in it. I walk on loose.
Or it could be age. She's in her 60s.
No.
She's in her 60s.
It's all right.
Oh, okay.
No. Let me tell you one thing.
No, but she said, listen, she like, I don't got no loose booty.
Yeah, honey. Yeah, but you don't know that's having a little back door entrance. Yeah.
You know what? She probably a size queen.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all remember her? I'm a size queen. I like to be tortured. Child. Let's move on. I'm so sorry, y'all. Please.
She needs a butt plug.
whoever is
God.
joining
I
in,
mean, what the
forgive
heck?
me. Ramona, take
Forgive
care of
me,
that.
Lord.
Take care of that.
Right, once
Let's
again,
get
I'm sorry, Lord. That's for any Hezekiah.
let's get into Love After Lockup.
We need a little gospel. We need a little gospel when it comes to Love After Lockup.
Well, what gospel song you want?
I was just singing, forgive me, Lord. Try me once again.
And nobody knew what that song was.
Yeah, nobody knew. The
Lord.
harmony was
I'm
off.
sorry, Lord.
Okay,
It's
thank
forgive
you.
me, Lord. Try me once again. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Yes.
Restore.
Restore the glory.
Restore your joy.
You know, R.I.P. Kirby, because he was the lead on that.
I know I did it wrong when I strayed away from home. My problems got too much. I tried to handle them on my own. But here I am.
I need a change inside.
Yes.
Ask me, Lord, and do it one more time.
Restore me. Restore me with joy.
Restore me, Lord.
This is my prayer.
Restore me. Everybody sing it. Restore me, Lord.
Created me
Created me
a clean heart
a clean heart, O Lord.
and renew the right spirit within me.
Within me.
Forgive me,
Forgive me,
Lord.
Lord, of my transgression. Restore the joy in me. Hey, restore your joy
No.
in me.
Because mommy always has to have a lead.
Yes. Rest in peace, Harvey. We love you and we miss you.
Yes, we do.
No,
We
right
love
there.
you.
Come over to silence.
Amen. Amen.
Uh-huh.
Y'all wanted this.
Circus.
Let's get into Big Z and
Why do
Troy.
you always have to start with this demonic girl? I'm going to call her demonic.
Yeah, she's confused.
But-
she got a lot going on.
Oh, let's start with her.
You're
honey.
crazy.
Let's start
Okay.
with her.
No, we're
honey.
not
Hold
going to
on.
say confused. No, crazy.
Okay, can I
Let's start with
start?
her.
Can I start?
I'm
Big
going to
Z.
call her Big Z.
4 days
Z.
out of prison. Poor Troy. My God, today.
Poor Troy.
Poor guy. So sorry, Troy. 4 days out of prison, and he has experienced verbal, mental, and physical assault from this woman. Also being humiliated because that bath routine, that was pure humiliation.
Yeah.
Poor guy. I will say this. I saw a TikTok video of them, some interview that they were doing. They're still together. They are still together, and they're happy and in love. Booed up. Body booed up. So they seem to be in a really good place. I'm actually shocked because I feel so bad for Troy, but he can take it.
You call that a good place?
If he like it, I love it.
Child, please.
She's still yelling at him, still screaming at him.
He's trying to ride it out. He has to have some place to go for.
But he's still there though.
He has to. He was paroled to that.
Yes. Well, she continues to scream at him, and she's screaming at Troy so much he puts himself in timeout. He puts himself in a corner and puts his head down because he cannot take anymore.
But I'm gonna tell you something.
What?
I'm gonna tell you something. Honey, the water for her fire has showed up.
That baby mother.
No, the sister. His
No.
sister.
The baby mother's the water for her fire. She hasn't even met that woman. She got her shook. But we're gonna see her next episode. So anyway, Big Z, Troy finally gets Big Z out of the room, and he tries to calm her down. And she's like, "Leave me alone, Troy. Don't talk to me, Troy." And he's trying to calm her down because he still wants to go see his child. He still wants to go see his family. She's already ruined the day. So they did not go the initial day that they were supposed to go because Big Z ruined the day and was trying to make sure he doesn't go see his child because his child is attached to his baby mother,
the one who he had the daggone child.
Yes, who Big Z is intimidated by. So they tried to go again this time, and on this day they were finally able to make it. I will say this. One thing that alarmed me a bit, and maybe it's just because I don't know how these things work, But when Troy's mother said that she had to take her gummies with her anxiety pills, I got a little nervous. I'm like, is that something you can mix?
She said two.
She probably wasn't even supposed to say that.
Two
But
gummies
she was
and
mixing
She has no
gummies.
filter.
She doesn't.
She
She's
has
great
no
TV.
filter. She said, listen.
She's
I
great
I
TV.
take my anxiety pills
And my
and
anxiety
my
pills.
gummies. She diagnosed herself.
And then she told Big Z, you got to move somewhere else because I can't do all these stairs.
She said, when
I love
come
that
back,
lady.
Y'all need to live somewhere
Where else? Because I
don't
can't do these stairs. I will say this. I love how Troy loves his daughter. You can tell that he feels a lot of regret for being incarcerated and missing so much of her life. He literally broke down in his confessional talking about his baby girl. She looked just like him. She got the same lips as her daddy. They are so cute.
No, for robbery. Or
Is it robbery?
I don't know what he did, but he ain't gonna do that.
This
He
thing
won't do
about,
that
I was
again.
just about to say this thing about Troy.
Okay.
He is sorry for the crime he committed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they took him away from his baby.
He wished he
And
never
his
did that.
family. And
He
his
wanted to
family,
go
'cause
back
they
to-
love him.
They
He
love
went
They
him.
love
back
Troy.
to whoever got him in there and say, "Yo, he
I'm
wish he could do
sorry.
a rewind."
Yeah, he wanted to say,
He
I'm
does
sorry.
not strike me as somebody who was ever going back. And
Yeah.
I love the thesis of this episode for me was when his family restored him.
Yes.
I love the
They
thesis.
hugged him.
His
love
cousin.
They brought him
He
back.
said,
His
I'm
cousin
his-
said,
I'm his brother.
But I'm his brother.
And he's
I'm
not
his
going back. They
and
love him.
they are going to rally around him, and I hope that they are able to get around crazy.
Excuse me.
Well, they said
It's still Toya's turn, Mama.
So Z got her way
Big Z.
because she doesn't know how. No, not Big Z, the little one. No, she don't get no Big Z from
Ponytail.
the little.
okay.
So my thing with her is she ruined everything. Everything had to be about her. She doesn't know how things cannot be on her. She wanted all the attention on her. She was disrespectful
Yes.
to the producers.
Mhm.
That's number one. And
She
the
almost
camera
smashed that
team.
lady's fingers.
Yeah, okay. They got the right
Assault.
producers on set. Anyway, I digress.
Okay.
But the way she disrespects Troy, and then he has to go in and be behind. If he was presented with something else, he wouldn't take that.
No.
But because he doesn't think, he's
That
like,
he's
well, she's been with me, because he's probably thinking of all the things.
Mhm.
And that's what we do. We think about these toxic relationships are because of what people have done for us. Because I actually am
Working on something.
no. I'm trying to choose my words wisely because it's a very wide audience here. But in real life, people do this. They feel bad and they stay in toxic things because of what somebody has done for them. And that's what Troy reminds me of. He's thinking about, oh, she probably put money in my book. Oh, she came to see me. Oh, she wrote me letters. Oh, she came to me every time I called. She took my call. So he's in that now that he's home. But I'm like, you are such an idiot. You don't even know how to groom a man. You don't even know how to keep this man. You are he's accepting you for all of you. She's wild. She's
loud.
loud.
Him while he was in
And then he said, well, I understand because he's in there thinking I'm worthless. I ain't nothing. I'm in here. And how can I expect her to wait on me? So I know about it. But this is what I want to say on this because this had me stinging. To the woman out here who don't allow men to see their kids, or you got a problem with them seeing their kids, that's disgusting to me. And it's a lot of people like that. Mom, we even know some people in institutions and churches and all that stuff that this is happening to. And I think it's disrespectful. Yeah, girl, we know people who wives have convinced their husbands not to see their kids that are their biological kids. Girl, yeah. So anyway, and that's just one example,
girl.
But the thing about it is, I just don't like that. And the mother, she's trying to. That's my girl, okay? Because no TV show.
You would love producing her. You would love producing her.
I actually wouldn't produce her. I would just put a mic on her and get her what she need, and that's it. Because she's
her gummy.
I'm not getting
her anxiety
pills.
But she gotta get her gummy.
No, I can't.
I'm sure they
and her anxiety pills.
Yeah.
I can't give her gummies, but just make it comfortable for her. But She's real. She's I love the real castings.
Yeah.
Unhinged, don't know TV, don't care. This is my son. I'm here to do this. She don't know what to say, when to say it. She's just saying it.
Mm-hmm.
Her whole thing is my son got to see his child.
Yeah.
And they all intertwine. But I still take this back to what I said from day one. This girl called the mom. And whether it was the producers who asked her to do it or not, she still had a responsibility to say no.
But
I want to spend his time with him.
Mm-hmm.
But he also, even though he knows his mom is messy, he knows at the end of the day, his mom, his sister, his cousins, they all been in that little girl life.
Yeah.
So it's not like
the baby
is familiar with Troy and his family.
Yeah.
And I am looking forward to meeting Miss Infamous baby mother.
Because
I
one
need
who got the power.
She walked in there with her sweatpants and her tank top ready.
She the one who got the power.
Go ahead. It's on you, Mama Star.
All right. Hi, everybody. Hi, Star family. Love y'all. Miss
Love
y'all.
y'all.
Okay, this is what I want to say, right?
Okay.
I love the sister.
Yeah.
Period. Oh, I forgot to talk about the sister.
No. It's my time.
I love
the sister because she just made it plain. Let me tell you one thing. First of all, I don't know why Troy paroled to her house. Because he should have paroled.
That's his wife.
Hold on.
That's his
hold
wife.
on. This is what the sister said.
Yeah.
I don't know why because he has a family. That's number one. Number two, she let her know that Troy needs to see his family. He has a daughter.
Period.
And he needs to see his family. And the sister is very aware that she, with all her antics and all of that she does, the sister don't like it. And she stepped to her right when she came in and let her know. So Big Z, Lil Z, medium-sized Z, she said, oh no. She said, oh no, I ain't gonna like it here. No, you're not. Because guess what? They love Troy too. And they are aware of you, and they let her see. But they let her see
he has a community around him.
They
ain't the only.
They love him, and they also love that baby mother.
Yeah, and they let
she's
her
family,
know,
and that's why Big Z was feeling that way.
But they let her know you ain't the only fish in the sea. There's other fish in the sea, and his baby mother.
I wish I could see my mom.
Got more of a hold on him than you. Poochie Lou.
Yes. And Poochie Lou was looking ridiculous when the sister was giving her the business. And
Poochie Lou was stuck. Poochie Lou was stuck.
It's a few hours distance from where
it ain't a few hours.
No,
they drove. It ain't a few hours. It's like,
I'm sorry, because you lived in Buffalo. You don't know what
I did.
We have family. Wait, you lived in Buffalo when?
Yes,
when I was a child. When I was a child.
Okay, Mom.
When I was a child.
For how long?
They went there for summers.
But that she didn't live there. She visited
for summers.
For
and I don't want to get into it. My mother dropped me off, and ain't nobody see her. But I don't want to get into it.
Anyway, when they was driving,
Mom.
When they was driving from the medium Z side. When they was driving from her house,
Syracuse. She's in Syracuse.
Where they
it's like New York and Philadelphia.
Excuse me, thank you. When they were driving, the sister made it clear. Oh, I heard about what happened to my brother out there.
Yeah.
But guess what? He needs to be around here because see, what she was saying was that wouldn't have happened on my watch. See all that big Willie stuff you doing because I can't get to my brother in 5 minutes. But see, now you're meeting us. I gotta let you.
Now you see
here's the
that
thing.
he got back up.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I understand the sister because I don't play about my sister.
What you did?
I don't. I follow this little group on Instagram.
Oh Lord.
These 3 black girls and they Auntie T. I think they're called the Jefferson girls. And this girl was bullying her
Paris,
sister.
London,
and she said, "What's her name?" Now, this is an adult asking her, but she's looking at her sister. It's a connection.
Yeah.
The girl is like this with her brother, Troy. Here's
she
the
loves
thing.
him.
Don't play with my brother. And I do not think Z thought she was the end all be all.
Yeah.
But now you beating his back up.
Yeah.
He got back up.
Yeah.
So I was happy to see Troy. And then she gonna walk up and I said, oh, I wish I was there. Oh, I wish I was his sister. Troy don't play. Troy don't play. Like, don't get out of hand. Because she feel like she got one up on him.
Yeah.
When
No. She whispered that.
But when
She
Big
whispered
Dog,
that.
when Big Dog pulled up, and I said, yeah, because right now you're scared. You're out of your element.
She showed up in her tank top, her sweatpants, and her Jordans. Like, what's up?
What's
up?
And
Bow down to the queen.
Listen, I said I was not watching this no more.
You did.
But when she pulled up, I got to see next episode.
With her wig and her side bang.
No.
Yes! She said, don't play with me. You know who I am. You know who I am.
The power that baby moms have,
Yeah.
it's just a different.
Especially that first one. And don't let her give him a son. Yikes.
I show up.
Queen
I
bee
show up.
indeed.
Because I show up. When I show up,
I'm
when
sorry.
the queen's in town,
Everything shuts down.
Period.
Thank you.
I showed up.
Shout out to the first baby mama.
Yes.
I
showed up. Coochie Lou.
Let's
I just want to point out we ain't seen her son. So they got this baby out of the
the last time we saw that son, he was
Because he's
swinging
over
on his
with the
feet.
grandparents, the other ones. He's helping out at the church.
Oh, he at the church.
He at the church. He probably one of the baby deacons. Anyway, let's move on to Kim and BBL Joey. BBL Joey.
BBL Joey.
A lot of bodies.
You can say whatever you want about BBL Joey, but the girls are on him.
The
girls is on BBL Joey.
He gets on my nerves too.
But they want him. They want him in them hips because his
Fresh
ex,
out of jail.
fresh out of jail. His ex has been hitting him up.
Yeah, but
so
has
much.
she seen BBL Joey?
It's
She don't
over.
care.
She know he got
care.
big baby.
No, the ex and Kim has been on Joey since he was 14.
Nikki,
BBL Joey when he was jobless. BBL Joey when he was on meth. BBL Joey with the hips.
He got the jail and been in there that long time
Oh,
with that
yeah.
big buffalo butt.
Okay.
That girl has not seen him. Joey
There ain't nothing wrong with a
They
thick
don't
built man.
No, ain't nothing wrong with it if you know. But if I
Joey knows.
So there's 10 people in the community. Okay. Listen.
But Joey a hot
they
commodity.
all over Joey.
Yeah, the ex, because the
He is
ex,
a
she
hot
texted him
commodity.
so much that Kim said, "What's going on?" Because she didn't see the text messages, and Kim was just like, "Oh, she told you told her don't be texting you when I'm around." What that mean? So Joey's just like, "Let me go meet with this ex and tell her he got to meet her in person to tell her to leave him alone because she won't leave him alone because everybody want a piece of BBL Joey." I will say this. BBL Joey and Kim, they get into it. They get into a little back and forth. BBL Joey cusses out Kim, snatches his phone that she brought him from her, shakes his keys, and gets in the car.
Shakes his keys at what?
His keys.
That she
bought. Shakes his keys to the car that she bought, rides off of them rims that she bought. And Kim sat there and looked at the camera just like, what am I going to do? I said, girl, go get your car.
Girl, go get your car.
What are you doing? What are you doing? But the thing about it is, Joey treats her like that because he's been treating Kim like that since she was 14.
Yeah.
And she does not do anything to make him treat her better.
Well, in her defense, in Kim's defense, I seen 3 men in the community, and I seen 100 women.
It's 3 men in the community, and Kim had all of them.
Okay.
Okay.
And but that's what her cousin had them on.
Yes.
And the girl that he.
I knew it wasn't a lot of men in that community when her cousin was fine.
Okay.
With him hopping on Joey at the same time.
Okay.
So we knew it wasn't a lot of men in that community. Toya, do you have anything to say before we move on from BBL Joey?
Something to say.
Go ahead on.
Something to say. First of all, just like you just said, she want to confront him, and he don't care. Joey don't give two craps about
because he's always treated her like this. He's always treated her like this.
Care. And I'm like, you gonna let him walk out there and jump in that car that you bought? Are you out of your freaking mind?
But she needs to get some still draws and stand up because
Mom, excuse me.
Yeah, still draws
and stand up.
Like, where does this stuff come from?
Why is she letting him just, walk over her like that.
Because
And
that dingling.
Ain't no, not that dingling.
It's doing one thing.
No, she don't have no
That's her crush.
self-esteem.
Yeah,
She don't love herself.
Yeah.
She's
Very insecure about her body.
Yeah, she's very insecure. So
we saw that.
with her being with him, you know, she's accepting that. But he got a big butt too.
And it don't matter. Because the girls is all on him.
And then he gonna say, "Oh, let me go meet up with her to see what she got to say." I'm like, "Are you really crazy?"
But guess what? She better than me because I would have got in my car and went too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we both would have.
Well, she know where he is. She got a tracking device on her.
She could have pulled up.
Show up. Pull up.
She should have pulled
we
up.
all going to talk about
She
it.
should have
We
pulled
all
up.
going to talk about what's up.
I think she is. I hope she does. Like she knows where he's at. Pull up.
We shall
With
see.
them kids. I will pull up with them kids.
No, not with my kids. I'm
No,
not my kids.
I'm not
She's
putting
out of
myself
order.
in that.
I don't know how this gonna go.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Wait,
not
okay.
I don't know how this gonna go. So I will not bring my
No,
kids.
it's all
Dad,
toxic.
stay home with the kids.
Yeah,
But I show up
I'm pulling up. Period.
with my bleach
Okay.
Oh my
and I
God.
just dash both of them in that car. Give me my car.
Okay, so you're gonna go to
Okay.
prison
Well, thank you so much
for
your input.
assault and vandalism.
With a deadly weapon.
Okay.
Okay, Mom. Thank you.
For my enemies, pray on me. So pray on me. Hey, hey, hey. Tick, 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 tick.
Period.
Oh Lord, let's move on to Julian and Christine.
Oh gosh, these two.
So Julian is stressing out over bills because he is unemployed and he has a sugar
It's a fool.
because he's unemployed and
Imagine that. He
And
never
the
imagined
bills-
he was going to be unemployed.
He's
never
a
imagined.
fool.
When the tables turned,
He's unemployed. He got them kids and Christine to take care of, and Christine is trying to be the next Melissa McCarthy. Christine said, "I don't care about nothing you're talking. I'm pursuing my
following
comedy.
my dreams. That's right.
She's pursuing her comedy
girl,
career.
when she made that flyer, I said, "Go ahead, girl."
Convict.
Convict comedy. So she's
Convict
making. So she
comedy.
made a flyer for convict comedy because
She
she's
did.
doing a stand-up show, and Julian does not want to support her. And she's just like, this could be really, this could
Lucrative.
This could be
could bring
lucrative
some
for
money
her
to your daughter.
because she did very well in prison. She said it's a very tough audience in prison. And Julian was just like, I'm concerned because your jokes don't land with me. So I don't know how it's going to work at the convict comedy show. I will say this. I've always said it. I think she does have a successful career in comedy. She is peak white woman comedy. I think it's going to work for her. She does all the, big white woman comedy stuff.
What she do?
They make them sounds. I'm comedy. So I'm telling you, she has that. She has that. All she needs to do is find the right improv community where she's at. I'm telling you, this woman is going to eat.
Nikki,
I'm
you do
telling you.
excellent impersonation.
Yeah. I'm telling you, she's going to eat.
She's going.
I also want to say this about Christine. She, in my opinion, is the first felon that I've seen on this show that has come out of prison and she has acclimated into society swiftly. She has a job. She has a community. She's putting on a comedy show. Like she has done very, very well.
Shots, I said, now, Christine, you
No,
know,
Well, she has like a thriving Prince group.
Yes, confident.
Yes, she does.
And
she
said,
has
I
a
don't know if I'm
thriving
supposed
Prince
to do
group.
it, but she went on and took our
But y'all, this episode, they kept her back up in that room, and when that camera crew showed that she was hiding upstairs because she can't go downstairs, I said, this is a mess.
But you know what? She's going to get and start doing her comedy, and she's going to get out of there.
Yeah, she is.
I
think she's going to do well. I'm telling you, y'all laugh. She's going to have a Netflix special.
I want them to,
and it's going to be called Convict Comedy.
Yeah.
She's probably going to have a whole lineup of convicts doing comedy.
Yeah.
She's going to have a Netflix
another
special.
thing.
I'm telling
tell you
you.
another thing.
Well,
And she don't like the fact that he's trying to pimp her.
Julian is not trying to pimp her.
Yes, he is.
Oh,
He talk about something. You're spending too much time on that. You need enough. You could be working.
She's working. She got a
No,
job.
he said she's doing her comedy. He said you could be working for those hours instead of doing that comedy. You could be picking up some more hours. Let me tell you one thing, short boy with no daggone job. You could be working.
You know
those
what? Y'all are
hours.
something. He been working, paying all these bills. Then
Yeah,
But he told me he's been paying them for him and his kids. I've been in jail. He's been
no, she
taking care
been
of them.
paying for her lawyers and everything.
Good.
But let me tell you this.
Good.
I was
You
watching
ain't
it.
going to lay up with me for nothing. And you going to have to pay for something.
I
Let
was
me tell you one
watching
thing.
it, and I was like, man, you gotta be careful how you living out in these streets because Tank was concerned. Not you the breadwinner.
now she the breadwinner.
And
Ain't
now
that
he got
something?
to report to
And
her.
he was-
Well, I had an interview. I'm like, sir,
Yeah.
no, you don't got to report to her now.
Yeah.
Because she the
And
breadwinner.
wait a minute.
She said, well,
And how did it go?
go?
How did it go? Because
That's
did
right.
they give you a schedule, a work schedule? No.
Oh,
I don't need
Lord.
no man laying around. I do enough of that. No, I
Oh,
don't.
my God.
Mm-mm.
Oh, Lord.
But
Move.
I like her. I like
her too.
And I like.
I like her too.
she's
What a
excellent.
success
I
story.
just don't want her to get
Yes.
caught up. Like, I think that they got
She's been-
rules, regulations, and all that stuff when they get out. Now, I don't want her to get too loose. You know, they talking about, oh, let's
No,
all be
she
shots.
ain't
No, you
getting
don't
too-
know what I can do.
I don't think she's getting loose. She's acclimating
Getting
herself
loose,
into society.
Get loose. No, she was getting
Hey, get low.
Mom,
Get low.
mom,
Get low, get low.
mom,
What?
mom.
What?
It's time for your favorite couple.
Oh, no. Oh,
Shantae
God,
and True.
no.
True.
So
True.
True.
True. I don't know why True getting parole to her house.
So
I thought
True,
True was getting parole to my house.
Shantae. So True finds out that he's not going back to jail, but
Thank you,
he's
Jesus. I'm so
paroled.
happy.
Well, he was nervous at first.
He was.
And he came and got Shantae. These are the
to
things.
play in her face. The only reason why he
No,
got
he-
Shantae was to
Let her
show.
explain it
The
to
only
people
reason
that
why he
ain't
got
watching.
Shantae was to show his parole officer that he has twins
Come
on the
on,
way.
come
That is
on.
the only reason why. And
Allegedly,
he did
she
not
got twins on the
allegedly,
way.
and he did not care about Shantae and them phantom twins, because if he did, he would parole to Shantae's house.
Period.
He paroled to his woman friend
Period.
Pepper's home
Okay.
and not Shantae's. He don't care about her no phantom twins.
Yeah.
I hate to judge a book by its cover, but in this episode, we meet True's brother's wife, his sister-in-law. True didn't
His
tell
brother
us,
that's in jail.
yeah, his brother that's in jail. Now, True didn't tell us what his brother was in jail for. I will say this: I took a look at the sister-in-law, and I could be wrong, but I just assumed that his brother is in prison for armed robbery and probably attempted murder. Here is why.
What?
From a look at the sister-in-law, she gives me, I set up men on my back page account for my husband to rob. And I think one of these robberies went the wrong way.
Oh.
And True's brother ended up
Allegedly.
in prison.
Oh,
Allegedly.
Now NikkiNicoleStar, you know she watches.
Allegedly, I watch a lot of ID channel, and this is the look.
I mean, I was.
This
going
is the
for-
look
I
of the
thought that they were,
girlfriend
like, gambling
that
and
sets
stuff.
up the men to get robbed. I think I'm right. Mama Star,
Oh, you got to do a little research for that.
I think I'm right.
You got to do a little more.
I'm
research.
telling you, he's probably in there for armed robbery and attempted murder.
Okay. Well,
Child, if they end up,
I
doing
can't get
something on
into
this show,
that,
I'm done.
but what I will say is this: True got feelings for her.
He does
You know
not.
what I mean? Wait a minute. You
Okay.
said Mama Star.
It's your
Let
turn.
Mama Star give her.
It's your turn.
He loves her, I
Mhm.
believe. And
But he didn't parole to her.
wait.
Okay.
You ask Mama Star. Let Mama Star talk. I feel like he got really deep feelings for her, but he just getting out of jail. He want to lay and play.
With
And
Pepper.
she wants him to be a homebody. And he just getting out. Now, wait a minute. He done been in jail for what, 15 years? He want to get in the streets.
Mhm.
And she didn't know him prior to meeting him while he was in jail. So she's getting to learn to know him too. She's a homebody. She want a man to stay in the house and all of that. And she's pissed because he
Doesn't want to stay in the house.
He went to his parole officer. He did not ask to be paroled to her. So she said, I want to go meet Z. She all short. She 5'5". And she going up against all these big women. and she wanted to meet Z, and he is taking her to Z. Now, True, I don't like what he's doing to her. I really don't like what he's doing because she loves him and she's there for him. And he's going to mess up. He's going to burn his bridges if he don't stop because she do love him. You know what I mean? And she's trying with him. He's talking about, well, come on, because if I get locked up, you got to take the car back, take this truck and all that. And she's willing to do all of that. And see, after a while, he's going to burn his bridges, and his card is going to run out. The time going to run out on his card because it's only so much he could take. And I love Shantae and I love True, but True realizes that Shantae is his safety net, and he knows that she loves him. So he got her as his ace in the hole. Whenever something happens, he runs back to her. You can give me the violin and the side and all of that all you want to. You can give me all of that all you want. But that's the truth anyhow.
Here's the deal.
Okay.
True do not love her. True loves the opportunity. And here's the deal. This what I do like about True is he actually says how he's feeling. He said, I've been in the joint all these years. He ready to get out. He ready to go sow his royal oats. He ready to do his thing. But like one of y'all said, she is the security net. That's the thing. She's the security net, so he know, well, it's safe with her. That's why he ain't take sister-in-law to the parole officer. Because he knows as soon as they walked in the door, he was going back in the joint. Yeah. See, Shantae is safe. You know,
and she got that belly.
Put her with her hair back on.
Did I say something?
And I said,
baby hair.
Wait,
that's the thing. It looked like the wig and baby hairs was not on the same.
Nikki, it's her baby hairs and then her wig. But
it was. I think the wig and the baby hair came separate.
Put her hair on, please. Period. And also, I just said, my thing is, if my man asked me to go to the parole place, I don't really want to go, but I'm definitely not wearing a cat suit. I was so shocked at the cat suit with the crop jean jacket. I said, "Oh wow, people are different."
This is the thing.
I think Nikki, you want to the parole officer in a cat suit?
You expect her to dress a certain way because she's a grandmother.
No,
that's not going to happen.
No, I just wasn't expecting a cat suit.
That's how Shantae dresses.
I wear onesies.
Your mommy love a onesie.
Then True wants to say, first of all, I hated that I was nervous and I don't got nothing to do with this. But I was like looking at the timestamp, like, why did I put this fucking timestamp up? What time is he gotta meet this
at 10 o'clock
and all that? And then I was like, he gotta pick her up. And then when everything worked out and they got there on time, I said, oh thank God, because I really did not want him to get locked back up.
Yeah, because
I never want to see people in prison. Right, I did not want to see him get like that. But I think that True needed this. He needed a little scare because he out here acting like S don't stink, and he found out. Mess around and find out, right? And
he don't want to go back.
He don't, and I think he needed this. But paroling to that girl house, come on, and you know you did wrong. And also, you know what you're doing, Slicky McSlicky.
Because
he's sitting at the table and telling this girl all this stuff and not telling Shantae. And Shantae, she said, well, wait a minute, I'm just finding all this stuff she's just finding out. If you love somebody, you're going to talk to them. You're going to communicate to them. You're going to give them the information. He gives Shantae a little bit at a time. Just like he dropped that bomb that, oh, I got to go see my bro. Oh, I might be getting locked up. Oh, I need you to come. That you already knew that. Now you just now telling me, come on.
And she drove 5 hours.
And before they got there, he saw a girl. That's all I'm saying. When he set up and he
about to be a menace.
Everything she thinks is just going to be her and True. It's always another person, and then another person, and then another person. I'm just so over him. I do not agree with you, Mama Star, that he loves her. No. I think that he's waiting to see if he is these kids' father, if there are kids, if there are twins, because allegedly she's pregnant. I don't know. We still ain't seen no ultrasound. We still ain't seen no information.
You see her belly.
We still ain't seen no information.
Let me tell you one thing. As a woman, don't do that.
As a woman, go to the ultrasound when you have twins.
Give me that.
As a woman, don't give me that. As a woman, don't
do that. You are just like
these men don't train these babies. No, as a woman, don't do that.
Mom, I'm shutting you down. Let us
get
know.
Get them.
Let us
you
get them.
Just know, Mom. You just like them, so you excuse their poor
Thank
baby.
you.
Thank you, Nikki.Star, because you know what you.
So what do you have to say, Miss Star?
Oh, I said all I had to say.
Mm.
He's using
Oh,
her,
let me
and he
just
is a
tell you,
mess.
I'm loving this eyeshadow.
Yeah,
You
it's,
know,
it's
girl.
real cute.
Give me tricolor. Yes, yes. Get into it. Yes.
Unicorn.
Hello.
Like her
Right.
unicorn. True is using her.
True. Here's the thing.
We all need to get tested.
Done with
For
her.
what?
Autism.
Oh no.
I don't have autism, but that boy you was talking about earlier.
No, hey, no.
I said, child, I got to get me. Listen. These people.
I love Niles and Money Matilda.
Money Matilda. He got her.
And he loves
Go
her.
ahead and say I gotta get me out.
He loves her. Did you hear when he said we could be here all day?
I heard him and I
I love Niles.
I'm done.
I love me
You trying to
some
take that away,
Niles.
I said, I can't deal with him.
I love Niles.
I'm telling you right now.
Let's
He in too much at work in the people business. Don't know what the agent is saying.
let's
Go
move
ahead.
on to Letitia and Mom.
Go ahead.
Let's move on to Letitia and Keith.
Annoying with a capital A.
And scamming. Letitia, you knew Keith wasn't coming out.
And putting that little girl through that. But child, that other little girl is the woke.
Because she knows what's up. The oldest knows what's up.
See, the oldest,
I don't have no words.
The oldest,
that's heartbreaking.
that's heartbreaking.
That's heartbreaking. I don't have no words because the oldest one, she has a relationship with her father.
And Letitia is
And
trying to
she
move
just
her
wants-
away from her dad.
Yeah, and she just wants to get out of that. She wants to go with her dad.
Yeah.
She's sick of them.
Yeah.
And the little girl, she don't have no father participation. So
But that mother puts that on that little girl.
Yeah,
She
she
don't have to
does.
tell that little
and
She
girl.
the
does.
little girl is sucking it. I'm just like, oh.
Because she's like, I have to tell her that Keith isn't coming home. I'm like, she doesn't know Keith.
And
And she
don't have
tells
to
the
tell her
baby
that.
that
Let me
Keith
tell
isn't
you one
coming
thing.
home. The baby starts breaking down, and the oldest is rolling her eyes like this is a circus.
Yeah.
She wanted to go stay with the dad, and then Letitia is just like,
But
oh,
I'm
we
gonna
got to
tell you
move out of town. So you're moving her away from an active father in her life.
Stupid.
Doesn't make a lick of sense.
But I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna go deep with y'all.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Real quick. And then I'm gonna hit it and quit it because this is a upbeat show. But she don't know that man because she met him in prison, and to have him around her baby daughter, I don't trust that.
Well, she knew him before prison, but they were kids.
Again,
Okay.
she don't know that man, and to bring him around her baby daughter from in prison and all of that, like, first of all, you need to get to know him because you don't know him. Then to just have him daddy and all of that, I don't trust those circles. I don't, and I'm not for it. I don't have a lot to say about her except for one word.
What?
Stupid.
Okay. All right. Moving
She
on.
better get that money back that she paid that non-lawyer lying.
The prison.
Moving on to Hope and Author. Guys, Hope Author's out of prison. Woo! Author's out of prison. Anyhow. Author is out of prison. We saw an update of him today. His cousin went to go bail him out. When Author got out of prison, he said, no hope.
No more hope.
No hope. Me and Hope are done. No more hope. So good for him. It seems like he's going to go back with his family, and we want that. We wanted that for him. That's what Author needs. So we are happy that Author.
I'm happy too because her family, when he met her sisters and her grandfather and grandmother, her family, her sister belittled him.
Yeah.
And as a black man, okay, he's already coming out of jail with a pyramid on his forehead.
PTSD.
Yeah. He don't need that.
Yeah.
That's just running him in the ground more.
Yeah.
And it seemed like an unfortunate situation that he had to go back to prison. But, thank God that he was able to come to his senses. His family got him out and he's with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This is the praise report.
I'm sorry
It's a
that
praise report.
he had to go back to jail and they had to put up money and all of this with her line tail. But then she has situations too.
Yeah.
So they're both in a toxic
Yeah.
situation.
They found love in a hopeless place.
It was not
These
love.
two are
It
both
wasn't
no.
love.
These two are both dealing with so much trauma. They
Yeah,
need
trauma
therapy.
bonding.
Yeah, trauma bonding.
Trauma bonding. Now, I have a few things to say about this one because here's the thing. Yes, trauma bonding puts people in situations because you're coming together on a few things and you're trying to get something out of it, and the other person is trying to get something out of it. But we both know it's toxic. It's a lot with that. And you know, I've been in some crazy situations that I just wish I could erase because some of the people were stupid, and I'm just like, oh my God, it's not even on my level. Not even on my level. But what I will say about this is a few things. I didn't like that Hope strung her sisters along because yes, you can say her sisters weren't nice to him, but she wasn't honest with her sisters.
Yeah.
Her sisters came to chill with her and be with her, and they had to stay in a hotel. First of all, if I come to see Nikki or Lauren and they talking about you gotta stay in a hotel, y'all got a whole place. Why? And then for her sister to find out that, oh, we had to stay in a hotel because you was laid up with your man. Oh, so that's already a lie. Then her sister found out. She said author, and she said, oh, wait a minute, sounds familiar. This the guy from back in the day you was dealing with. So she dumped all this stuff about negative stuff about him, and now he resurfaced. And how do you expect really for her sisters to be when you gave me a negative thing? You never came back with nothing positive. You never came back and said, hey, I want to give this a try. Just all I'm left with is all the negative junk you put on me. Now you show up and be like, I'm dating, and then it's this. So yeah, I'm going to be on edge. Yeah, and then I love the other sister because listen, she gave him some straight up tips about rehabilitation. She gave him some tips about life outside of her sister. But then she said, at the end of the day, this is my sister, and we're going to be looking out for her. I actually thought that was very healthy for both of them. Now, I thought that the hardest pass, the grandma was looking like
the grandma ain't say nothing.
The grandma
was on her own gummies.
Yeah, grandma.
She was. Grandma was lit.
And with the pyramid, grandma said, her whole face changed.
She was laughing the whole time with her wine.
I love the grandfather. I thought he was going to be like super hard, and I thought he was going to give it to him because the first shot that the camera team has is him it's just him eating and looking up. And when people eat and look up and don't say nothing, I'm scared. I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know what you're going to say. But actually, his words were wonderful. His words were wonderful. I am glad that Arthur got away from Hope. When you showed me that video, I was happy because a few weeks ago we was laying on the altar, calling his name up, asking God to do it.
Yeah, we prayed for. We did. We called Arthur's name up in prayer.
And now today it's a praise report. So even though this is a show,
amen.
I am thankful.
Won't he do it?
Yes, he will. Hallelujah. The church is.
Arthur is free.
Arthur is free.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited that he's free. I hope that this is not just I'm done with Hope and then you're gonna be calling her in 2 weeks.
No, I don't.
I really want to see
where Arthur.
I really want to see where Arthur goes. Yeah, I don't like what she did, you know, and I hope that she learns from this too.
Yeah,
I actually really
she comes from a good family.
That she does. But let me tell you, coming from a good family, but still dealing with internal things, like she admitted.
Because I don't even know if
she comes from a good family, but she was not protected by her parents.
If her family knows that she's been molested by the church people.
No, I think they're going to find out watching this show.
Yeah,
maybe the sisters, but I don't think grandma and grandpa.
Some help from that because I think that when you don't deal with stuff in your childhood, it shows up in your adulthood, and this is showing up, and it's stinky. Yeah. It's stinky.
Yeah.
So we got to get her some healing. She got to find that for herself. And you know, because what she wanted was a sexcapade with Arthur, but she realized
because that was the expectation, because that's who they were before.
Yeah,
he went in,
and that's right how they was talking.
Yeah,
of course, that's how you better. What else they gonna talk about? Exactly. When you get out, I'ma spread it wide and spread it wide.
I'm sure they're not saying that, but you know, I mean,
open wide and spread it high.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Laying it low and spreading it wide. Here's what I will say. Yeah. Hope's sisters, especially Cornrows, was giving me proud family. Absolute characters. I mean, the way she was coming at Arthur, and I was just like, listen, I get that you're going to be very protective of your sister, but you're not going to come on TV with these ashy, rusty cornrows,
Not ashy or
trying
rusty.
to tear this man down, because it seemed like, I'm no shade, it seemed like she had just got out of prison.
Okay.
And she's over here tearing this man
Yeah, she
down.
just got out of prison.
And I'm like, I understand being protective over your sister, but your sister is the one that misled you. Arthur didn't do it. She was the one withholding information. She was the one being very evasive. It was not Arthur. So to meet him and just emasculate him, thank God that your grandfather was there to lift him back up. For me, it wasn't cute, because y'all know I don't like that. I don't come from a family that does that. Like I told you, the men that we have brought home, they have no idea that my mama don't like them. They have no idea. They have no idea that my sisters don't like them. We don't treat people like garbage, because your first impression is our first impression. So how you receive us, we want you to receive us in love and joy. Even if you aren't the right person for this family, it does not mean that we are going to tear you down and be mean. I don't know where this thing that a family has to be mean to somebody to look protective. Like you can be kind, you can be inviting. And when that person leaves, you can say yay or nay. Like, this is the person for you, or this isn't the person for you. I just don't understand demeaning somebody and saying, oh, it's because I love this person and I'm protective over this person. You can still do that and treat somebody humanely. So I just wasn't for that. I did not like how they treated him. I'm glad that the grandfather uplifted him. And I'm also glad that Hope and Arthur are no more. No more.
Me too.
These two just they were not for each other. Moving on to the last couple,
Dumb and Dumber,
Bianca and Daniel. Daniel,
my gosh,
we will see him get out of prison on the season finale of Love After Lockup, and I think this couple is going to be on life after Lockup. So in this episode, Danielle and Bianca and Daniel's family, they meet up at the prison to go see him come out, and Bianca is still going through it with Daniel's cousin, who doesn't think that she is good for him. And I'm still team family on this one, because Bianca is still saying she will not adjust her lifestyle
in her drinking
to
and
make
the
sure.
mother said, I think she got a problem.
To make sure that her partner doesn't relapse. I just don't think that this is a good match, because she's not willing to do the work. I don't know if she's ever been in a relationship with an addict, but I just don't feel like she is doing the work that needs to be done for Daniel to come back to a safe environment. And I think he needs to parole to his family. His mother needs to put eyes on him and, restore her child. Well, she does not need to be with him.
He needs to make up his mind what he wants to do, because they say he relapsed in jail.
They did.
And he's probably going to relapse in Bianca's care.
What's it called? Fentanyl?
Fenty.
Whatever it's called, he got access to that in there. And they said, they are concerned. And she is just
dumb and dumb.
I'm trying to not tear her down, but it's like she actually is one of those girls that don't listen. You literally almost lost your life.
That's what I think it is. She's very YOLO.
You almost lost your life.
I think she's very YOLO because she almost lost her life.
I don't think that.
She knows that this boy, that everybody keeps telling her. But I think the only one who had sense in the whole episode was his cousin. That's another.
Who was just like, she's not a good fit for him. And Bianca's mad, but he's just like, you're not good for him.
Also,
we're telling you what you need to do to keep him alive, and you're saying you're not going to do that. And he's like, he needs to be with me. I want him to be alive.
Like he got issues with, what's the boy name in prison? What's the
Daniel.
I feel like he got issues with him because he said, first of all, he was supposed to be going to my house. Then all of a sudden, y'all got this plan.
Yeah.
And then now,
what are you, Mom? Put my stuff down. See, this is the thing.
What's going on?
Because you always come in here and you start messing with my products.
She's messing with nothing.
And I'm not.
She's doing her nails. She does that all the time.
I saw her with your glitter polish on.
Exactly. She comes in here and starts playing.
Ditches.
Stitches.
And why
Bianca tried to step to him and he said, yes, I did say that.
Yeah. He's not afraid.
I love that he did not back down to her.
No, he did not.
You are not. I don't think you're good for him. And then he was asking her questions.
Because that's his cousin. He loves him.
Drinking.
And she said, yes,
And
I am.
then he told his other cousin off too.
Oh,
When they was waiting, he had said, "You just shut up." People saying that's his fiance.
He said, don't get in this.
They're not. No, they're not. No, they're not.
I'm with the
So,
cousin.
yeah.
I'm with the cousin.
I'm not. I just feel like she is. This is a storm. This is a. Storm.
But
There's a storm out
on the ocean, and it's moving this way. If your soul's not anchored in Jesus, you will surely drift away. Drift away.
Mommy, stop this.
The thing is this.
What is it, Mama Star?
The thing is this. He gotta want it. Because
True.
if he don't want
True.
it,
True.
it don't matter what the
Scooby-Doo.
cousin say or what the girl come with. If he say shut down the drinking, it's shut down. But this girl is 10 years old and he's 31.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's just
Who,
She just
died and came back to life.
She wants a sexcapade because she wants him. She keeps talking about all the position, all the stuff that they're going to do. She's ready for all
just
this
became
ultimate
21
sex.
and she's just finally able to have this adult fun. And she's no good.
It's just
Legally.
dangerous for both of them because she doesn't know anybody where they live. If they get into it, she don't have anybody. And then she got the money, so he's looking like I'm going out. This girl can race spend all her money on me. She already proved it.
All her money she got from her from her.
And he know everything because
settlement.
everything that she got from that settlement, he knows where all the money is. So that's just unfortunate.
It just seems like a recipe for disaster. Plump Fiction, thank you so much for a super chat.
Thank you.
Plump Fiction said, Nikki, you hit the nail right on the head with the true sister-in-law. Much love to the Star family. Thank you so much, Plump Fiction.
Yes, thank you. And Nikki does watch all of those shows, and her and my grandma used to solve these TV crimes.
We did.
Together.
That's another thing we did together.
Yes, so.
She is the reason why I watch those shows. My God, today. Her impact. Anyway, that's all we had to say about this episode. What you guys have to say. Let's get into it. Who was the first couple we started off with?
We started off with
Z.
Big Z. Leology said, Nikki, you are definitely the family secretary. The way you tried to call the family to order, you sound just like my sister. Yep, that is my job. Sierra said, I applaud. Oh, this is for Real Housewives of Orange County. I applaud Gina for being there for Alexis in that moment. I like her now. Gina's a cool character. She is a really cool character. She gets on my nerves sometimes, but she's a cool character. Tartar said, I love having your family on. Toya sounds a lot like my friend, also named Toya. Straight from North. Philly all day. And you, me, and my mom sound like my friend's mom. Oh,
we love you too. 215. We represent Philly no matter where.
215.
215 till I die. 215 till I die.
Okay.
The end of the 8 said Z messed up the entire family reunion. She did. She's a joy kill. She's a joy kill. She is. Miss GG88 said, not put himself in timeout. I felt so bad for him. Me too. When he put himself in the corner, I was like, oh, poor Troy. Yes, Miss Gigi. Troy's mom is amazing TV.
Yes, she is.
Amazing.
My good girlfriend.
Miss Gigi88 also said, if the producers asked her to call Troy's mom, then that was her decision because she is funny. It's better than watching Z yelling all day long. Yeah, I will say this, she is a great comic relief between all of this darkness that is Z and Troy. So she is an essential character in this relationship. And I feel like they cannot continue on with this couple without Troy's mom being a main cast member as well.
I definitely don't think that the producers or anybody knew that she was going to be this much of a yeller. I do not think that they didn't find that out until that thing just showed up.
Mm-hmm.
Like she probably was like giving them, when he comes home, we're going to do this.
She was because before
like that. But
she was because before
this is the real her.
Before he came out, she was very nice and she was saying what she was going to do and she just loved Troy and this and that. I thought she was a different person.
We all did. Some people said, I understand what your sister has been saying about ponytail. It's so distracting.
Isn't it? I told y'all.
Leology said, I don't know how Kim is complaining about the rooms, but you spending $2,000 on an engagement party and can't even get married. Can't even get married.
We didn't talk about that.
Can't even get married.
Engagement party the same day that he done went to see the girl.
And he said, I don't care. He said, I don't want this. You want this. And we took everything.
We could just go to City Hall.
Child.
There's a lot of red flags. She don't want to take them.
The NNH, you're right, Mama. The NNH said Joey did all that because he knew he could. That woman ain't leaving. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Josie
all
said
she wants is her sex.
That's it. And them hits. Josie said even Julian thinks Christine is unfunny. From the previews, look like she's going to make a fool of herself on that stage. But listen, you're going to bomb. You're going to bomb. That's what comes with the territory. I'm telling you, Christine is it, y'all. I'm telling you, that kind of person thrives in the comedy space. Spency said, I had to leave and come back, and I'm so glad not to miss the Star family. Thank you for being here. Keisha said, not the Phantom Twins. Listen, we don't know what's going on with that situation yet.
Wow.
And Shantae, she acting real suspect. Josie said, I hope we see Julian and Christine address robbing Walmart because allegedly they did that the day after her release. I don't think they are because we should have seen it on the show by now.
They're probably not going to show that.
Which I don't know why. Like this show is so messy. Why leave that out?
Yeah, because that's a risk, for the show. The show could get canceled for that. Showing a robbery.
Oh, they've shown much worse. Miss GG88 says Shantae lives in a different state. That might explain why he couldn't parole to her house. She said that he refused to do the paperwork.
Yeah.
There was paperwork that he could have done.
She said he could have did the paperwork.
He didn't want to do it.
Yeah. And she tried to stand her ground because she said, well, if he wanted to fill it out, he would have filled it out. Your favorite couple, True, love her so much. Yeah, True ain't full out that paperwork.
No, True want to be
doing his thing.
Yeah, he do.
Yeah. And guess what? You think that somebody that loves somebody want the mother of his possible alleged children to be driving all those hours up
with twins?
She gonna have to do all the work. He don't know how long he gonna be on house arrest.
Child. The NNH said True looked like one of those dudes who's going to stay in the streets until he's 60.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't see him doing the straight and narrow. Leology said True is selfish because why would he not want to do house arrest at Shantae's? And watch his kids grow and all of that. So, it doesn't make sense. He keeps talking about not wanting to miss anything, but expects us to drive 5 hours each week. Yep. Josie said Letitia's a mess for wanting to take the oldest one out of state, away from her father. I hope her father has a stable home and can take her in. It seems like that's what she wants to do because every time we see that child, she's just miserable.
She's not happy.
She's not happy at all. Shanty, what's up? Said with the right people around him, he will make it prayerfully. I believe that you were speaking about Arthur. Yes. Jade said, yes, Braxton reference. That Ring camera footage was a very bad look for Kevin Sr. It was. The Optic said, this live is making me miss church for choir and communal singing. I know that's right. Leah B said, I wonder if the show didn't show the Walmart arrest because it was an active case at the time. I won't be surprised if they make it a new storyline. Do you guys know if they're going to be on Life After Lockup? I would love to see. I would love to see if that couple is going to make it, just because They're interesting. It's an interesting couple. They have a lot going on. Guys, make sure you like the video.
Yes.
Some people said,
share.
yes.
Like and share.
Like and share. Some people regarding Bianca said she's an alcoholic who is going to make him relapse. I hope that's not the case, but Bianca doesn't want to do any work. Yeah, and
every time you see it, she got a big glass.
She loves a drink.
And she already said, I'm not going to stop drinking.
Critical Thinker, thank you for dropping the big words on us. Critical Thinker said it's giving recidivism. And I believe a Critical Thinker is speaking about Troy. Recidivism is the tendency of a convicted criminal to re-offend. Used in a sentence, the prison has succeeded in reducing recidivism. Thank you so much. Critical Thinker. Miss Gigi88, speaking about true sister-in-law, says a sister-in-law looked like she's been inside too.
Child.
I know I'm right.
Child.
I know I'm right about that sister-in-law.
I thought that they used to deal with each other.
Yes. Wait, hold on. I think somebody in the chat.
Wait.
Somebody in the chat said that.
And then, I don't want to be the mother of all my sons in jail. His brother's in jail.
Child. The internet, but that seems like that in like them small towns. It seems like everybody be locked up. The internet said it feels like True used to mess with his sister-in-law. That's the vibe it was given.
See who said that?
She probably the internet. She probably messed with him first.
Because it's like
she probably messed with him first.
This is what it is with True, right? You ever been around someone and then you get there and it's like everybody know the vibe but you.
Mm-hmm.
You walking into something, you don't really know what you walking into. That's how I feel. Like Shantae. First of all, I don't even really want to say Shantae. I feel like her name's Shanta. But I digress. But okay. But I feel like
that's what she said her name is.
And that's what her baby father calls her.
Yeah.
Shantae.
But I feel like it's a lot going on. Like when she came to the table, like all of them know about her. All of them know about Shantae.
Because all of them, they're all actively scamming her with True.
Exactly. Like they all know, the
family in on it.
Her. Exactly. But see, that best friend, Shantae's best friend, is going to keep her on game.
She sure is.
Because she's not.
But will Shantae listen?
No.
There it is.
True ain't sleeping in the bed.
There it is.
Well, he slept in the bed, but we ain't do nothing. Girl, please, I don't know who you fooling.
Leah B said, I wonder if the show. Oh, no, we got that one. Leah B said this. I thought I saw them on a preview talking about Julie and Christine. Last I checked, they're still together. Well, we will see. We will see. Oh, my goodness. I hate to end with this. But Miss T said the sister-in-law didn't have any front teeth. Listen.
Oh, my God. I'm done.
It seems to be a recurring theme with the women in True's life. Anyway, thank you all so much, Star Family, for joining me. If you're in the replay game, give me about 15 minutes. I am going to put the timestamps in this in the description box below. Me and Mama.
Get low. Hey,
Mama Star and I are going to catch up on the Golden Bachelorette.
Yay!
And we will be reviewing that together this week. And there are some other lives and videos we have coming to you guys. Thank you all so much for supporting me.
You guys so much.
Thank you. The Star Family, we love you.
Love you guys so much. Thank you so much for all the love you show to NikkiStar TV. And to the Star at home.
Yeah.
We really appreciate you supporting her. She's a beautiful Nikki, you are a beautiful person.
Yes, you are.
And you have family support, and we love you.
I love you too.
And
thank you for allowing us
time
to come on.
You are highly requested from the Star Family.
We are highly requested.
And
they don't play about us.
They don't
play about us.
That's what I'm saying.
They don't play about us.
That's what I'm saying.
They don't play about us.
Anyway, love you all.
What song we gonna end with? We gotta end with a song because the people at church.
Get low.
No,
Get low.
What's the song we can end with?
Can I close out? You figure out a song and I'll close out. Anyway, thank you all again so much for joining me. I said give me 15 minutes and I will see you soon for something else. Toya Star, do you have anything?
Why can't I think of any of our songs?
There is nothing
too hard for God.
Nothing.
Nothing. friends, nothing too hard for God.
Nothing too hard.
Woo! Nothing too hard for God. Power belongs to God. There